was gonna say, I still delight in the fact that we go from left to right, biggest to smallest in terms of character.
Yeah, like the.
Small.
As it should be.
Small. Angry. Mad because.
Oh, really? You wanna bark tonight?
Oh no, the dogs.
I'm gonna. If they keep barking, I'm gonna close the window.
Oh, I didn't hear them.
I heard one bark.
Alrighty, let's see. What do I want?
I also heard that FBI guy signal.
Birds aren't real. They're invented by the government.
Just spy on us.
Everyone.
The wings have gyros.
They're made by the same. They're made by the same ones who were making the frogs guy.
Not the frogs.
I love it when I like look up a GIF of like a D&D creature and it just gives me random shit because it doesn't know what to do with it.
Use D&D GIF.
I looked up Revenant and all I'm getting is the goddamn movie and I'm like, damn it.
You just upload a GIF of the bear scene.
I'll do this cute ghost.
Ghost.
There we go. It has nothing to do with what's gonna happen in this session at all, but it came up when I looked up Revenant, and it's the only thing that's not from the Revenant like movie, so I'm picking it. That's my logical progression here.
I mean, Haleth is now a ghost, if you think about it.
Yeah, he is a ghost.
We consume
Lord,
him.
Mickey, is the death of your undead boyfriend the darkness to your heart?
Somebody say the dark to darkness?
Oh, bye, everybody. Gore, Sora.
I need to get out of my work brain. I'm like still on like work brain mode.
Listen, instead of pinning insect, you're gonna pin these enemies with your little sword. Just pretend every enemy. Just pretend the Tarrasque is a butterfly, and your sword, your little rapier, is your little pin.
We actually finished our butterfly pinning workshops. Did that last week and the week beforehand. There's a bunch of children out there with butterflies now.
I got a weird butterfly pinning question.
Sure.
Say, for example, if somebody put that together as an assortment of art, how much would you charge for that art?
I mean, I probably wouldn't charge much, but that's because I wouldn't. But like most people actually would probably charge a lot. If you look on Etsy, you can see that sometimes, depending on the butterfly used, like it can get like over $100, or depending on like if it's a frame or a shadow box.
I think I was visiting Boston with some friends and stuff like that. And we went to the Cheers bar where no one knew my name. And as we were going through this like little market area or something, there was this box with all these little butterflies and stuff. They were pinned up, really preserved and really nice and all this other stuff. I'm like, oh, this would be a fantastic gift for my mother, you know, because she's in all this stuff, and I'll package up and send it to her. And asked them, like, oh, like, how much is this? I don't see a price tag. Like, oh yeah, that's about $2,500. Like,
Oh.
and I left, and apparently my friend said that the guy had laughed. And I'm like, thank you, sir. I am no longer interested.
Were they the last butterflies of their kind? What the fuck?
I don't know. We probably sprayed it with diamond shit or something. I don't fucking know.
They're golden butterflies.
I have some butterfly art on my desk at work. It cost me like $20 or $25. So it varies greatly depending on the butterflies and the materials put into it.
I have to say it's a delight whenever Shay is just like, do you want to see the dead butterflies I bought? I'm like, do I? Like,
I'm so confident that the main reason it was so expensive is that guy charged me labor because he himself made some of those butterflies extinct to make them rare. So he cost me parts and labor for this art.
It's basically those fucking. It's those like bistros where they serve like gold leaf like steaks and mark them up for $500.
it's fancy, so now we'll charge you $500. I'm like,
There's
Salt Bay, he does the thing, but he serves you a golden steak.
There's
Look
no
at him.
reason to eat fucking gold. It's such a waste. You could use it for technology instead.
And that's the thing is, like, it's fake gold. Like, it's completely fake. So you're not even eating the real gold. It's just a scam overall.
Shade 180, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 3 months, and a free haircut and lobotomy, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 3 months. Heck yeah, more D&D. Hell yeah. But we are here.
Yeah, heck.
I shared my butterflies in our chat, so you guys can see my butterflies that
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Gorgeous.
There you go.
Look at them.
Those are beautiful butterflies.
Are they alive?
Not so much.
Yeah, when you get her captions and
They'll
she
be
does
okay.
a spray,
Oh my god,
so
are they
they're
gonna
all
be okay?
petrified.
But are they okay though?
Are they fun?
Sure. You could tell yourself that they're okay.
I like to imagine
They all
Shade.
died naturally, though. That's what really matters. They had a good life.
They
and
went
they
to
died.
the farm.
Well, that's
Butterfly
good.
farm.
They
They went
actually
where
grew
my
up in a
fucking
butterfly
foot was.
garden.
Oh, that's nice actually.
That's the farm.
Yeah, that's the farm.
The farm where you turn into dust.
But we are back with more Dungeons of the Mad Mage. It has been, what, 2 weeks since we've played?
It feels like longer.
Oh.
I
Goodness.
think it's
Yeah.
been like 2 weeks, because between people moving and also the Unexpectables finale, shit's been busy. But we're back. We're back with Dungeon of the Mad Mage. We're back in it. In our previous episode, you guys fought what essentially was a boss, almost in a way. That was a very hard combat.
I almost died.
Yeah,
I
a lot-
almost died.
Yeah, a lot
I
of
am
people
closing
almost
that
died.
window. You.
The dogs are at it again. And you guys managed to find and help Haleth complete his vengeance as a revenant against his allies at the Good Fellows of Daggerford. He got his revenge. And passed on, which gave you guys a free level up mid-dungeon.
Yay.
So you guys
Thank
are
you,
now,
Howard.
Yeah, you guys are now level 7. And basically we're back at it. So if you guys are good to keep going, you guys have taken a long rest, so you guys have leveled up, you guys have refilled your spell slots, your abilities have refreshed, as well as anything else that would be relevant. Those are all refreshed. Crow the Immortal, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 28 months. Thank you so much.
Is there a long rest button? No, I don't think there is.
There should be on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
But I don't use the Beyond.
Then there is not. You're going to have to manually go in and
Up,
refresh
up.
everything on Roll20.
You guys got everything. You'd be like, and max, and max, and max.
Oh, well, I'm very happy I made your coworker happy, like Tabuya. Her cupcakes look very nice, so...
Oh, yeah. Those, I ate them all. They did not survive.
Consumed.
Or my cupcakes.
Consumed is a
delicious.
generous thing to say to what I did to those goddamn cupcakes. I inhaled those cupcakes.
I was so happy with how the chocolate dice turned out. Like, they turned out way better
They
than
were
I ever
so
thought
good,
they would.
but they were so dense. Like, this is not a bad thing, but like, if I ate like the big one, like the big D12, if I ate that, it was just a mouthful of chocolate, and it was like I had to have milk with it, or I would suffer damage. It was pretty rare.
Oh, don't forget to spend the ration and the water.
Yeah, don't forget to spend ration and a water skin, you guys.
All right.
Yeah, correct. One scroll.
I have one water skin worth of water left. We had the barrel, I think.
Yeah, we still have a barrel. I think
Yeah,
Lux is carrying it, though. I don't think it's on our cart. I think he's just
All
straight up carrying
alone
it.
now.
You're just carrying the water.
Oh, we are still here, Lex. You know what? That's fair. That's a fair
Oh
reaction.
my god, guys, I can carry so much weight now. I'm only at 108.5 pounds now.
How much are you? What the hell are you
Hey.
carrying?
Did you eat your
Hey,
dagger?
can you
What the
carry
fuck?
2 of these rations?
Look, I...
Die.
Stuff is heavy, okay? Like,
Also, do
Oh,
consider
God.
that you are extremely small.
I'm tiny.
You have a horrible case of smoliosis.
Smoliosis.
Oh no.
Smoliosis.
I like to tell people when I have to deal with anything with me because I'm like 6'5", so
oh Jesus,
everywhere I go, I'm just used to just like, yeah, I got a bad case of scoliosis. I don't think I'll fit in this particular apparatus.
Dude, scoliosis sucks. Like fucking 6'5" up and up gang. 6'5" up gang.
Are you also 6 foot?
I'm 6'9".
You're freaks.
Jesus Christ!
Yay!
It sucks being up here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, everything is expensive.
You know what's the funniest thing? I always thought I was tall because my family, apparently, because here in Mexico we tend to be short than we are the average height. So my family is short, but I'm tall. So it's like, oh yeah, I am like 5'11". I am so tall.
Oh,
or 5'10".
I've been here at the 5'7", 8".
Yeah, I was gonna say you and me are 5'7". We're like.
Yeah, apparently
you're all somehow taller than my boyfriend. This is fucking crazy.
Oh,
apparently I'm freaking average in the Americas.
Yeah, Americans are fucking freaks. They're fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's because the steroids in their. It's because there's steroids in their meat that just goes right into their bloodstreams and like turns them into mutants.
This is what's turning the frogs gay.
Dream Treader, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Zanwin, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 16 months. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah. Well. Speaking of tall people, Haleth is gone.
Oh.
And you guys wake up the next morning, you assume.
Question mark?
Drink your water, eat your food, level up as well. And you guys are awake in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the second layer. What would you guys like to do?
I want to pull Bracky aside, or Lionel aside, to go talk to Lionel for a second.
Okay. What's up?
Switch over here. I know.
What?
Hey, you know, Lex is a little lonely right now, right? And he could really use a friend. So you know that pot of friend. you know.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's okay. It's okay. Things will be okay.
So I was thinking, what if you grow him his own awakened shrub?
You want me to get him a shrub? Do you have seeds?
You have the pot. Didn't you collect it from that earlier room?
I do have the pot, but I don't know if I need. I require actual seeds, don't I, Monty?
You need to plant a seed, yeah.
Oh God. I don't know.
How are you doing that?
I'm just saying we can go back to the bazaar maybe later and like maybe try to find a seed for him and like grow him a shrub. What do you think? Maybe.
Goblins might have something. Even if necessary, we could probably get like a seed from a fruit. They probably scavenged from someone. Can I look around my pockets just in case to see if I have any like leftover like a seed or something, a fruit I ate?
As you kind of dig around, I'll say roll a percentile dice. If you roll, let's say 70 or above, you have a you'll have like a seed. Yeah, I'll give you a seed of some manner.
Let's see.
Nope.
Acquire friend.
You pat around, you do not have any fruit seeds.
I don't have one with me, so if we make our way back to the bazaar, yeah, it's not bad. And yeah, you're right. He's I can already see he's just like looking at like sobbing and like on the card. Yeah, he might need some motivation.
I think like, you know, a shrub might be a good friend for him, you know? Like somebody to just like help pull the cart alongside him.
Lionel is going to put a hand on Nyx's shoulder and is like, Nyx, I need you to think about this for one moment. I approve of this. Helping our friend pass this situation is very important. But I want you to think about what happens if that shrub dies.
No, hear me out. I say we get multiple seeds. And then if something happens to the shrub, we just tell him that the shrub gets reborn every time it disappears. Kind of like your familiar, you know? So it's not actually dying, it's just coming back.
It's a fucking toddler. Like, oh, your buddy didn't die. It just gained spots.
We're changing the fish every time.
Replacing the hamster when it dies. Amazing.
Like, yeah, we'll just give it a collar and we just move it over every time.
We'll just call it Snowball 2.
So, like, yeah, we just tell him that it just needs time to, like, regrow, you know? So, like, that way, you know, maybe it's coming back every time? Like, what do you think?
I mean, it's a nice sentiment, but I think the pot explodes once it's used. I think it's one use.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just try our best to keep this one alive.
Nix, you don't even want to buy a dog for this reason.
Look, we'll think about the finer points later. I just feel bad for him, okay?
Yeah, I feel bad for him too, but there's nothing we can do without making it worse. At least not right now.
Okay, well, we'll think about it when we go back to the bazaar.
Yeah, if you want to use it for that, I'm okay with it. But I just want you to remember that if that shrub dies and he's more miserable, that's on you.
I'll look for another shrub.
Mm.
Nix's mission is now in life is to find a companion for Alex every time he loses a companion.
you can base each arc of the story of Dungeons and Mage not by the levels of the dungeon itself, but by what companion Lex loses at every level.
Okay, we lost the brick here. We lost Hallet here. The shrub died in this fire trap over here.
Oh,
what's next? A dog?
Remember, it's not the traps that'll get you into the Mad Mage. It's the severe depression you'll get with your friends dead.
It's like that storybook. All my friends are dead. But you guys are awakened. Where would you like to go, or would you like to kind of talk around for a while? I don't.
So let's take a look at the map.
Yeah, pull up my map. We could.
There's an explorer area below us. Like right below, there's an unexplored room.
It's right below us, and then if we go back to where the skeletons and rusted weapons are, we can go up from there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Let's take a look at the room below us, and then after that we go north. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Let's go check with our companions then.
Okay. Teleport next to Lux.
Hey guys, how are we feeling today?
Relatively better.
So,
Hey Lex, how you feeling this morning?
I feel dead inside.
He's been crying for the past 20 minutes.
I can see that.
We knew that Haleth was gonna have to say goodbye, so I mean, you just have to be happy with the memories you had with him.
I'm currently sad with the memories I have with him. The memories I have with him makes me sad.
Guys, I'm doing bad here. Help me.
Lionel is going to step forward, but Lex, let me tell you something. I know it's kind of rage coming from me saying like it's not about getting over it. Don't worry, but death is different for everyone, of course. From a halfling's perspective, I can tell you this: don't cry for him leaving. He accomplished what he wanted. Celebrate that he got to where he wanted to go. Granted, his life got cut short, companions. But in the end, he got what he wanted. Celebrate that. Be happy for him. It can be difficult.
Keep going.
It can be difficult, granted, getting over someone you like dying. It's never easy. But at least think of them having reached the point of their own life that they wanted.
McGolly is cracking me up when you say, think of a halfling's perspective, and then nearly in the same breath, life was cut short. And it drove me insane internally.
Funny.
Yeah.
And I'll think about it, man.
At least he got what he wanted.
For now, let me just process my feelings by pulling the cart and murderizing things in this dungeon.
That sounds like an incredible idea.
Let's go. Got the cart ready. Like starts making beeping noises when he backs up the cart to turn around.
I'm just gonna make life easy for you guys and just move you to
Darkness.
Darkness.
God, I forgot to bring up my paint map again.
Oh.
you guys can go ahead and move yourselves over to where the cart is, which is the
Cart
sort of the two-way, technically, because you guys came from the north, but the two-way, there's to your left and to your right, which I believe there are some places unexplored.
Yeah.
Well, we had the one to the left that went up that we didn't explore, and then to the right, we never went further past. So we can check the right to see where that goes, and then we can always double back and go up.
If the map is to be believed, that seems to be a dead end. So we're gonna have to see.
Any dead ends in this.
Oh, of course, but again, for now, it's for clearance.
Alright, measure 60 feet to your right, please. And I would say everybody go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. We're gonna die.
Yes.
We're doing the big thing.
22.
Hooray! 8.
Wait, are we all rolling?
Yep,
Perception.
Perception. I'm not great at this.
It's been a while. I don't even have my old man thing. There it is. Just fucking. I'm like, just fucking click.
You okay over there?
You don't click the fucking. All I want to know is roll perception so I can die.
Okay, Alexa's battle pulling the cart is
Grant me death. Fucking roll 20 UI, you half-baked bastard.
Wow, Alexa's character arc is really taking a turn, huh?
Yeah, he's doing the whole other character.
It's going to be the depressed Batman now.
He grows up to be Lorne Barnes, pissed off wizard extraordinaire.
Right.
Sarah's not gonna let me click the fucking perception button? Is that what you're gonna do? You know, half-ton, half-wit?
You have your extension, right?
Fucking baby back bullshit. Holy shit, it took forever. Wow. 14.
Jesus.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Be impressed.
Nyx, Lionel, and Lex. Thaddeus, unfortunately, you're the only one who does not hear this. As you guys kind of listen down towards the right side, you hear...
The hell is
Dog.
that? Is that a familiar sound?
No, you haven't heard it before.
Let's approach stealth.
Wait, what on earth are you talking about?
Combat rolls and plate.
Go ahead and everybody make a group stealth check, please.
Okay. You.
19.
18.
18.
11, technically, disadvantage, remember.
Why you always like shit on my mood? My friend's already died.
I'm sorry, I'm not the one wearing heavy armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you should be on my side.
Combat rolls and plate metal was what.
Uh-huh. I am like a roving band of symbols.
He's fat rolling every single time he takes a step.
Alright, let's see. Oh, I should probably grab dice. That'd be a good idea now, wouldn't it?
Probably. I feel like playing D&D with dice.
That's a good idea, huh?
Yeah, living soft dice.
Okay. I would say in order to see these creatures with your group stealth check, you're gonna have to move up about here-ish. You guys don't mind?
No worries.
I do. I don't want to die.
I do. Screw this game.
Should we leave the cart here for now?
Our channel will be fine.
Yeah.
Let's just park it like. Boop, boop, boop.
As you guys stealth forward, you see 3 worm-like creatures currently devouring the corpse of a rat. They have these beaks at the end of these 4 tentacled faces that kind of rip and tear through flesh. And luckily, your stealth check was a success, and they haven't noticed you.
Can we roll like a nature or arcana check to see if any of us know what that is?
Arcana check.
Arcana.
Arcana? Oh, I'm good at this.
I'm not. Well, I guess I'm...
Never say that. Never say I'm good at this.
Hey, I got double 16s, so yay.
Nice. Lionel and Thaddeus, those are Gricks. They are monstrosities. They tend to dwell in caves, so it makes sense that they're here. They have a nasty bite.
Oh, how nasty.
Oh.
It hurts.
Okay. No venom, no...
Wow. These dubious little creatures are demonic in nature.
Demonic? No, it's monstrosity. It's like they think this thing was fabricated.
Well, demonic, monstrosity, like, either way, it's weird. We should probably just turn around.
How easy are they to fight? I know Lex wants to let out some aggression, so...
They have a nasty bite. If you can get in between us and them, it will be fine. What do we know of them attacking living beings?
They tend to be ambush predators, specifically. Like, they'll hide in walls or on ceilings and then drop down on prey. And it seems that's probably what they did with this giant rat that they're eating at the moment.
So they are ambushers, not the ones that like to be ambushed.
Not usually, no.
Yeah.
Well, what if we ambush them?
We have a surprise round. Let's do this.
There could be more, you know.
I don't know. I just say we unleash our wizard and sorcerer on them and just, like, see what happens.
Very well. I suppose that's pretty straightforward enough.
Alright. Then I ask everybody to roll initiative, please, for the surprise round.
Okay.
Lex got on 11.
17.
Initiative.
Let me write
So
down
fast.
the
Oh my god.
in my book of secrets and knowledge.
Oh.
I've seen those books. They're not very organized.
They are terribly organized. They're awful.
You've also
seen some of them, and actually what's in them, it's the fucking ramblings of a crazy person.
It's also the multiple blank pages, and then the random page of stuff, and then the multiple blank pages, and then the other couple random pages of stuff, and it's...
It's not that bad. That's my sketchbooks. My sketchbooks are bad for that.
Yeah.
Alright, 1 second, I'm just writing down house pools real fast.
Your Prince Division notebook, though, that one's satisfying.
That one's good. Yeah, that one's pretty full, so that's nice. But yeah, some of my D&D ones, like, the worst one are my one-shot books. Those ones are a fucking nightmare to go through. But... there we go. I was like, why is the music quiet? Let's see. We have Thaddeus. We have Lex. We have Lionel. And we have Nyx. And let me roll for the Grix, which rhymes with Nyx.
Let me roll for Hallett. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh. It's too soon! Too soon. Random
Too
man,
soon.
thank you so much for the tier 3 sub for 55 months. Holy shit. Thank you so much.
Damn.
That's a lot of months.
That one's for Halif.
That one is for Halif. Alright, you guys have a surprise round, so give any attacks that are to hit is with advantage. Starting off with Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
Alright, and if you need to rely on me again, I might as well do a good job. He's gonna stand right here, he's gonna ready his finger guns, and he's going to twin a firebolt.
You got it.
Alright, first one.
With advantage. 24 hits.
24. Alright. 18.
Oh my
and that
God.
is gonna hit this one.
Got it. Brick number 1. You fling out a fireball. Go ahead and roll the damage on the first fireball before we calculate the second one. Yeah, you always want to do damage first before doing another attack roll, because you never know if your attack's going to kill a creature, right?
Yeah. That's gonna be 11 fire damage.
Alrighty. You fling out the fireball, the creature shrieks, and its tentacles twist inwards as you fling another one, and go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. And this one is going to be aimed at this one.
You strike out another one, and it hits the midsection, and the creature kind of turns around. That ends Thaddeus's surprise round, I imagine.
Yep.
Alright, Lex, it is now your turn.
I am going to delay my turn until the rest of my party has finished.
Okay, what would you like your held action to be?
If something gets near him, I'm gonna whack it.
You got it. You're going to hold your action to hit something that might get close to you. Alright, Lionel, it is now your turn.
Yeah, okay, I will shoot a ray of frost. Try to reduce the speed on this thing, so it doesn't get that close.
You got it.
Incoming ray of frost. Whoop.
Whoop.
14.
With advantage, so roll again because this is.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ray of frost. That's not. Oh, god damn it! That's not.
The 14.
That's not.
14
that's not
just
frosty.
hits.
And for some reason I clicked burning hands. That was.
Oh, okay. Then 17. Yeah,
Yeah.
17 definitely
Yeah.
hits then.
Here
That's
we go.
what we call freezer burn.
Hell yeah.
Damage for frost. 4 points of cold damage, and
4
its
points
speed is
of
reduced
cold
by 10 feet.
Just a heads up, because you're level 7, did your... oh no, you did. You
Rega?
just rolled before. Yeah, you're good. Never mind. Disregard. 4 points of cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet, I believe.
Yes.
Alright. That brings us around to Nyx. It is
I
now your
will-
turn.
I will, however, move just for safety.
You got it.
This area.
Further behind Lex.
Further behind the group.
Alright, Nyx, it is now your turn.
And it's with advantage, right? So I don't have to
With
worry about the
advantage.
insight tap.
Yeah, no you don't. Because they don't see you,
Okay.
it's a surprise round, so all the attacks are with advantage.
Okay, I will target... which one looks like it's taken the most damage? It was...
The one in the the forefront that just took
Yeah.
all that fire damage. It is singed
Yeah.
and sizzling.
Okay, I'll shoot that one.
Alright, you're gonna kill Steel, I get it. Just joking. 18 hits. 9
Hey, man, I'm
piercing. Plus
trying
sneak
to-
attack, so go ahead and roll sneak attack as well.
Trying to dwindle down the numbers, okay?
Oof! Alright, as you fire off a bolt, it strikes this thing and it falls over and slumps on the body of the dead giant rat. Is killed.
One down.
That
shot.
ends the surprise round. Start of the turn order, Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
All right, he's gonna use good old reliable again. Pachoo! Firebolt.
You got it. 21 hits.
21.
Are you going for the
21.
one to the north or the south?
I'm gonna aim at this one. Finish my
Got it.
business. Yup. 8
8
fire
points of
damage.
fire damage, not bad. As you fling off the fireball, you blast this thing, and it's still frosty. It's like body, like the bottom half is like frozen to the ground, like you froze a slug to the ground. And it's like trying to wrench itself free. That ends your
Oh,
turn,
the fro-
Thaddeus?
He's gonna move back a bit and like reel a little bit. Ugh.
The frozen
No,
one
we
is the
go
one
to
on the top.
Yeah, the first one, yeah, this one at the top is the frozen one.
Yeah.
It is now the Grick's turn.
He's gonna dash.
Oh, they roll better than Thaddeus.
This Grick is going to dash over here. This Grick.
They got that funky movement though.
Ooh, if he gets so close. They're gonna do it though, they're gonna charge in. They're not very smart. This one rushes in, gets about here, and they're gnashing their teeth towards you, and that ends their turn. That brings us to Lex. It is now your turn.
I'm a whap 'em.
Alright.
Move up.
Forward. There you go.
Yeah, I'll move up this way, diagonally. Or do it over that way. And I will give him a good whapping with the sword that's supposed to work. There we go, 21.
21, that absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Which guy? 8 points of damage.
Nice. You strike into it, slicing off and chopping off one of the tentacles.
I slash again. 15.
Sorry, I'm just doing math here. 15 hits.
Which guy? 6.
6 points of slashing damage, not bad.
Oh! Okay, that's his turn.
1 sec, I just need to recalculate here. Alright. Not bad, not bad, not bad. That brings us to Lionel. It is now your turn.
I will aim in between Lex's legs and shoot at the guy in the back
You got it.
with another ray of frost.
Is that like around the legs? You guys just shoot to
No,
the side.
in
He's
between.
just gotta be that good.
Right in between. 11.
As you fire between the legs, it sprays across the ground and unfortunately misses.
It gets cold, Lex. It gets cold.
A little brisk between the legs there.
Lex looks down and say, I gotta go visit a doctor.
That's gonna be my turn.
Alright, Nyx, it is now your turn.
Okay. Might be setting myself up in a bad position, but... Okay, I will attack with my rapier.
You got it.
Oh!
Natural 20! Alright, and you get sneak attack. I'd say that was worth the risk.
Yeah.
8 plus 18. You sweep around Lex, and as this thing goes to bite Lex's leg, you just drive your rapier through the back of its head. You watch, Lex, as a rapier's blade grows out of the beak of this Grick, and it falls to the ground, completely dead.
Righteous.
And then one step back, because that's all I got left for movement.
Alright.
Oh, no,
okay,
Nyx.
guys, we got one left. Just one left.
Alright. Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
Alright, he's gonna move forward a few feet, right over here, and he's gonna, again, use good old reliable, because, hey, that worked before. Firebolt.
You got it.
You?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Good old reliable, you say?
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna roll severity. Alright,
Oh no,
it's
I'm
an 8.
standing.
It's an 8, you just missed.
Scared me there. Lux and I are both
All this emotional
kind of
trauma has made me a little bit rusty. He's gonna move back a bit then, and that'll be the end of his turn.
Alright. That brings us to the Grick's turn.
Uh-oh.
Its speed has been reduced, but it sees a juicy, juicy gnome.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Nyx, no.
I got a natural 20. It was worth the risk. That's what I was told.
It's great, because this thing is the same size as you.
Oh, that totally makes it better.
Alright. It reaches out for you with its tentacles like a face hugger. That is going to be a 17 to hit you.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You take 9 points of slashing damage. And as this thing wraps its, tentacles around you, you kind of, have to hold it back as its beak begins to snap towards your face. That is going to be a 19 to hit.
That
shit.
And you take 8 points of additional piercing damage as it takes a massive chunk out of your shoulder.
Okay, I'm gonna reaction dodge the extra 8, so
You got
4.
it, so you take 4 damage instead. That ends the Grick's turn. That brings us around to Lex. It is now your turn as you watch your good friend Nyx being chomped on by this strange, weird tentacle octopus.
Lex will move around behind it and do a flanking maneuver.
Nice.
And
+2.
then he's got a whap. 18.
18, that hits.
Whap! 6 points of slashing.
6 points of slashing damage. It's still alive, but it's looking really rough as you slash
17.
off. That hits.
6.
6 points of slashing. It is still
Kill.
standing, but looking really rough
Damn.
still.
End of Lex's turn.
You kind of grab on and stab in the back of this thing, trying to get it to let go of Nyx. And it does, but as it lets go, you see Nyx's shoulder bleeding. That brings us around...
Ouchie, ouch.
That brings us around to Lionel. It is now your turn.
Time you should shoot it down again. Let's go. Freaking Ray of Frost.
You got it.
21.
Oh, that hits. 21 hits.
21?
11 points
11.
of damage as this thing goes
No, wait. Why did it roll again? Oh, that's not the damage. That's the.
Oh, that's
another
the hit.
roll.
Yeah, there we go. 2 points of
2
damage.
points of cold damage.
That's too cold.
All right. As this thing goes to bite towards Nyx, you throw a ray of frost into its mouth, and it kind of crunches down on the ice and keeps on its warpath. It is barely holding on.
Oh, I rolled double 1.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's
Nyx, it is now your turn.
Nyx is this is I do not I do not give you permission to hug me like this, and she's gonna like stab her rapier back into it, or try.
Ooh, 13 unfortunately misses. As you go to drive your rapier, your wound flares and you just miss.
Can I do an offhand with the dagger?
Absolutely, go for it. Oh, 11. As you go to swing, unfortunately, you just can't get purchase as it clashes off of the beak of this Grick. Thaddeus. It is now your turn.
Alright, then second time's a charm. He's gonna step on this little thing.
You got it, you squish on it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, he's gonna step up a little bit, actually.
Okay, I'll presume you avoid taking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
You got it. Go ahead and cast Firebolt.
Okay. Yoop.
Hey, natural 20. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hey, things are turning around, Thaddeus. Whoop.
Oh my god. It had 1 HP. It is super dead. It is just char and ash on the ground as you explode it with your firebolt.
I missed for one
that's
point.
More like it.
And with that, combat comes to an end.
Oh god,
I told you those things were quite dubious.
I knew I was forgetting something. I'm just going to cast Mage Armor myself. I forgot in the morning.
You forgot.
Are these the creatures that we saw on the first level? Like
they are. They are the creatures the goblins were defending their base from, it seems. You never fought one, but you have seen them before.
I mean, you guys were right. Their bite isn't really very pleasant.
Yeah, thankfully it's not poisonous. Or any other extra kind, but... yeah. Should be good. At least a little bit.
The question is if there's more of them.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see any tracks of more than 3 Grell?
Sure, go for it. Grell? Oh god, I hope not. These are Gricks.
Oh, so Gricks.
Ooh.
Would that be perception or nature? No, never mind.
I would say survival.
No.
If you're looking for survival, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Survival. It's not better, but still.
Okay.
18.
Not bad. As you kind of look around, you see, obviously, like, gore from the dead rat that is just, like, you can tell it's been, like, there's, like, digestive enzymes, like, that have kind of taken hold. It's real nasty. That seems to be only just the Grick's kind of pathway. It seems like they actually came from where you guys came from, as well. It seems like they may have made their way through here in some manner.
Can I have a... Am I able to, with that roll, to see how many were in the pack?
With an 18, I'd say there's only the 3 you see.
Okay. We seem to be safe for now.
It seems to be a wandering creature, if that kind of translates to anything, so.
Yeah, they roam around the dungeon. Well, in this, for now, there don't seem to be more Grex past this point. At least for now.
For now, at least. Question is, what else is over here? Better be worth it.
Yeah, we'll call it a dead end.
Are there walls, like, over this way, in this direction?
Yes, there are. That's a wall. If it's not revealed, just assume it's a wall.
Okay.
Oh, Monty, can I ask you a question?
No.
So... oh no, I'm so sorry. I will never ask a question again.
Sure, what's up?
When I shoot an arrow, like, is it still the same rule that if you hit, you can retrieve it after the battle?
Yes. If you miss, you lose it. If you hit, you can get it back, yeah.
Okay. That's how I've been playing so far, and I just wanted to confirm, so...
Yeah. The idea is when you miss, like, the arrow is, like, shatters or is lost and cannot be reclaimed. And if you hit, it sticks to the creature. Unless the creature's, like, something that would destroy an arrow on impact, like something like a fire elemental or something, generally. That's the best way to kind of think about it.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to confirm, so that way I'm keeping proper track of my arrows. Looks like this is part of the cave-in from the previous room. I guess we can keep going on ahead.
It's going to lead us to an area that was next to the corridor, according to the map.
Honestly, if we could avoid those little freaks that we from the other direction, it's worth checking it out, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, those things are stronger than you would think. It's ridiculous.
Next, we'll peek around the corner.
Got it. As you guys continue, this area is rather dank and kind of like stuffy. There's also a weird caustic smell in the air as you travel through this location. Notably, there's like a coppery smell, and as you look, you can see that there are various little veins of copper in the walls around this area.
I'm sorry, what on the walls?
Veins of old copper ore.
Old copper ore. Oh yeah, we did pick up some more, didn't we?
I think we only picked up like 1 or 2 because of how heavy they were. I don't know how many you put in the cart.
All right, we're gonna be doing that math, and we can just. Oh yeah, times 5. Can we do a traps check next?
Oh yeah, I can do a traps check. Nyx is gonna perception around down the hallway to see if there's any traps.
Okay.
She got a 12.
You look around, you don't see any traps.
Don't see any traps.
Go ahead and measure 60 feet out.
You're gonna look back at Lex pulling the cars. Oh god, he needs some help. Thaddeus, can you help Lex?
Fine, I suppose. Come on. I suppose that's to take some place.
Keep up. Lex pulls it without any effort.
Nyx, as you get about there, you hear a sound to the north.
I do a perception check to try and see if I can make it out more, or is that all it is?
Go ahead and measure a... go ahead, actually, for me, where you're standing right now, roll a stealth check. I'm going to measure out 60 feet up and just see if you're noticed. Everybody else is fine, but Nyx is the only one who has to roll a stealth check. Okay, you kind of step forward and see something kind of back up. As you look up 60 feet, you see what appears to be a... Oh god, how do I even describe this? Like a liquidized flesh-like creature that gyrates and moves, and you see it has like long, almost like snail stalk eyes, and this loud gaping mouth with all these various mouths inside of itself. It's like an amalgamation of raw, roiling flesh and mouths and eyes, and you can see the mouths just like kind of like making these weird noises as it's kind of like standing in place.
Still have it, what are you doing here?
Right? Am I right?
I think Nyx is gonna turn around and just like do the motion to be like, stop, like don't move, like.
Are you okay?
Don't move. I don't know what it is. Like, okay, can I roll to see if I know what it is?
Oh, good luck. Roll a Arcana check. Okay. This is a hard one.
Oh nope. Yeah, no, Nyx has no idea.
Nope. Oh my god.
Nyx looks and she's like,
the dice said like, no.
I have no idea what this is.
What are you talking? Like... Flesh, mouse, what are you on about? And I'm just gonna peek around the corner.
Roll a stealth check.
Nyx comes back to like convey what.
What do you think it is this time?
It's got like flesh and like
as you peek, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
What the fuck is that? Arcana. 28.
Okay. You've heard of a lot of wizards when they're, starting off, love to experiment. Mm-hmm. And sometimes a byproduct of that experiment is gibbering mouthers, these accursed creatures that are like,
mistakes.
Yeah, they're big mistakes. You don't know the details of these things, but you know that they are bad news They aren't impossible to kill, but they are very, very dangerous.
They are
usually.
very dangerous. This thing, wizards have gotten killed because of those things. And like you look at Lionel, you speak around the corner, and then looks back, and he's completely pale. I was like, oh, and starts backing up.
I would say because you rolled so high, I'm going to give you this little hint. You know that if they get close to you, they can actually like trap you. So they can actually like kind of keep you in place if they get close, because their kind of doughy flesh actually spreads out around them, and if you get too close, it'll like pull it into you. So you've seen.
Am I aware?
You've heard stories of. You've heard stories of wizards being like caught by them and then just like eaten by them and unable to run away. So that's what you would know.
Yeah, I read a story of this once. It didn't end well. It started really good. It has some interesting parts of it, but then it just ended in tragedy every time. Also, am I aware of any long distance capabilities?
I would say with that check, no, unfortunately. And then Arcana check will give you a base information. It doesn't give you everything about the creature, because that is actually a class ability for a lot of
course.
Yeah, things.
So I'm asking just in case.
I mean, you could imagine it could. I mean, there's nothing to
tentacles,
yeah,
flesh. Okay, I'm just gonna tell them when. Okay, so I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want first?
Bad news.
Okay. Bad news.
I'm gonna grab water.
It's a
Be right back.
It's a gibbering matter.
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
Good news. I know what it is.
Is it a rash?
It's a rash in existence.
It didn't look very pleasant.
Basically, sometimes when wizards, they are in that experimental phase of what they can summon and what they cannot, or they can make or they cannot. Every now and then they're going to, make a mistake. But instead of, failing at class, you summon something that will eat you. They're not impossible to kill, but they are very dangerous. We have to decide if we want to take them. If we're going against that thing, we have to go all out.
Okay.
Here's a genius idea. Let's not. He's gonna start to slowly pick up this end of the cart and try to skirt it around.
Ah, come on! Really? Am I going to write that story of the coward Therias who decided to step away from the most difficult, one of the most horrifying creatures ever seen?
He's gonna snap back. What did you just say?
I don't know. You're not really selling the fight, though. I mean, it kind of sounds like. I mean, do you remember the last fight we were in? Things got a little dicey there for me. I don't know about you guys, but if this thing is even more dangerous, what are we looking at for survivability, percentage?
I look at the party. 75%.
I mean, all things considered, what we've been dealing with, that's not so bad.
The most dangerous thing against this thing is getting close to it. So, Lex could be in the most dangerous out of all of us. Do you have anything to throw from a distance, Lex?
Just get some bundle of weapons. I got a couple javelins.
It's like the guy from Atlantis, just I got a couple of rolled flares, paper clips, big ones.
Yes, I got some hand axes, long sword. But I'm not throwing that thing away. I can hit it with a reach weapon with a halberd, but then it'll be there.
Question, Monty. Am I aware these things can move?
Oh, anything can move. Even slimes can move. Yeah.
So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Again, Bracky, you don't know everything. That'd be kind of defeat the purpose.
No,
so.
Trust me. Yeah. I don't remember anything of the stat blocks. I'm asking you in case I got something from that check.
Yeah, you don't know. They seem capable of movement, yeah.
I like to be the kind of player who asks questions.
No worries.
So here's the thing, guys. If we don't deal with this thing, it's eventually going to find them. If it can roam around the dungeon. Right now we have the chance to drop on it instead of dropping on it.
Well, if we decide to do this, we should keep our distance, and we should be prepared to run if it looks bad, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, naturally, of course.
And we should park the cart further back.
Yeah, I think the cart can be safe here if we decide to fight.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe park it around the corner.
But that's a lot of effort.
I can't
move it back.
I can't stretch this enough. We are gonna have to go all out with this.
You're not selling this fight for me.
We have to go all out just this once.
Just
drop those Rock Lee weights. It's time.
You know, if you didn't call me a coward, I would. I'm still in the boat, but we just walk away. I just can't deny a challenge, especially with.
Even like for a great story, I can tell you that.
Okay, just start off with some of your really heavy attacks then, okay?
I got it.
Alright.
I'll you see me snapping the fingers, seeing the flames start to form on the hand.
Alright, I'm gonna say starting here for your surprise round.
If we can just get yeah.
I would like you guys to roll initiative, and you'll move from this position where you are right now for your surprise round. The idea of you're popping around the corner.
Alright.
Lex got an 8.
Initiative.
He got an 8 in his depressive state. He's Lex.
He's Lex. Alrighty.
13.
Nyx. Thaddeus. Lionel. And Lex. Okay.
Lex, be in front of the party, but don't get too close to this thing.
Okay.
Alrighty. Start of the turn order. Nyx, it is your turn.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I will have to bonus action use movement.
That's why I was hoping for us to move like 5 feet. Because those of us with 25, we're not going to be able to get past the corner.
It's okay though, because do I still get advantage? Because
you do. It's a surprise.
Okay.
Round. Yep.
17
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Oh, 19 points of damage off the bat.
Ooh.
Strikes into the center of this gibbering mouther, and it kind of lashes. You watch as all the eyes turn and twist towards your direction.
Nice to meet you. Bye.
Yep.
Hey guys.
Yes,
next.
All right, Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
All right then, let's keep the streak going, I suppose. He's going to stand right here. And he is going to... I don't want to use this now. He's going to use the lightning bolt.
Okay. It's going to be a dexterity.
It has to pass a dexterity 14. Yep.
14? That's going to be a 9.
Yes, he
takes
full damage.
Not very dexterous, so it's going to take the full damage.
Alright, get blasted, you little freak. Oh, yeah, level 3. You!
Oh!
25.
25 points of damage. Ozone in the air burns and crackles, and the entire hallway lights up with blue lightning. It collides in the center of this thing. You watch as gore and blood sprays across the ground, sizzling and disappearing with teeth and maw, as it kind of like reforms itself and looks towards you.
How can this thing even be more do? What am I saying? And that's all he can do right now because he uses full movement.
Alrighty, that brings us to Lionel. It is now your turn.
Okay, what can I see from here?
As you look around the corner, you see the Gibbering Mouthers, the same thing as you did before.
Gotcha. I'm going to throw a fireball, which is going to be covering this.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yep. Alright. Go for it. Oh, shit.
I just need to like center it so you don't things like that. I don't know. Oh fuck. I'll take it in a bit, but I want to center it here.
If you're aiming it, yeah, if you're aiming it for him, then it's gonna be 20.
It's right in front of him, basically.
It's gonna be right.
So if there's anything in that range, it's also gonna get hit.
Or up here, yeah.
Yeah. Here comes the fireball.
Alright.
DC 14.
Fucking blast him.
Okay.
Dexterity saving throw.
That's a 4.
Okay. That's what I like to see. Fire! 20 points of fire damage.
20 points of fire damage to this guy as it explodes, and you watch as he's like reforming, like. And you watch as like the sizzling flesh. It now smells kind of like burnt, like oh god, like pork that's been burnt, like way too much.
That's unpleasant.
All
Well, that's my
right.
movement. That's my action.
That brings
That's
us
my turn.
around to end of the surprise round. Lex, it is now your turn.
I'm going to avoid taxes by moving up.
Okay. Lex commits tax evasion.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He really went rogue.
Lex is going to sit there and
It's not a crime if you don't
throw
get caught.
potentially a javelin, because I forgot javelin's range.
All right, go for it.
I'm just checking on the thing and swoosh.
Hop. Is it within 30
22.
feet? It is not. It's
It is.
disadvantage, so that's still 21. That still hits.
Ha! Huh! Ear piercing.
All right. As you throw this massive javelin, you impale this gibbering mouther in its center, and it falls to the ground, dead.
Yes.
Come on, guys. He's that easy.
It falls to the ground, but the whispers don't stop. They continue.
I am sorry.
Ooh.
That's the end of Lex's turn.
Alright, top of the turn order. Nyx, you all still hear sounds from around that corner.
Okay, now I
Oh,
actually need to
no.
measure if the fireball actually got them.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. If when I'm stuck here, do I see anything over here?
I will reveal for you. I'll just make this easy for everybody because I'm a tough person.
Mm,
You see another gibbering mouther.
another one.
This
Oh, so he
one
did hit it.
singed slightly. It did pass its saving throw, but it is slightly singed from the fireball that took place.
Gotcha.
I take it I can't really shoot it from here, right?
You can. I would give it cover though. So I would give it probably about 3/4 cover.
Oh, that's a lot.
You gotta curve. You gotta curve the arrow like in Wanted.
Yeah.
I love that I look over 3/4 cover and I get a bra instead. It's like 3/4 cover bra, and I'm like, what?
No, D&D.
So that just means disadvantage,
It
right?
means it gets a bonus to its AC and has advantage and bonus to dexterity saving throws. So it means it has a
Okay.
higher AC to be hit. So
It's like what? Plus 2 AC or something?
for 3/4, it's +5.
Plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can either use my bonus action to get sneak attack or bonus action to move and actually get full attack on it. I'm gonna prepare just in case for the sneak attack, so I'm gonna make an insight roll against a deception roll.
You got it. Deception. Spoiler alert, this thing is not very deceptive.
I didn't roll very high, so...
It did neither. It's a 3, so you succeed.
Oh, okay. Alright, and I will make an attempt to shoot at it with my short
Alright,
bow.
and as a +5, go ahead. That hits, even with the +5. It's a big,
Cool.
meaty target. That is an
Hey.
8. No sneak attack because it is aware of your presence.
No, that's why I used the
Oh,
insight
right.
roll.
Never mind. Yeah, disregard. I'm so sorry. So yeah, that will hit. No, you don't get your ability. Fuck you.
How dare you?
What do you mean you just set it up? Get out of here.
Alright.
Okay.
You fire in and it slices in hard into its side and it...
Hey guys, there's another one, but I only see one more.
What?
Let's try and take it out quickly.
It's a good news and bad news.
Oh.
I'm a little close for comfort.
Alrighty. Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
All right, time for take 3. He's gonna move over here. Hold on. Can he? Hold on. If I fire off a spell, will that be within cover?
He would get, I would say, yeah, no, I'd say no, because there's nothing in between you and your line, so that's how I'm kind of gauging it.
All right, he is going to come up behind Nyx, and he's gonna curve a fucking.
Hold on. You have
What should I use? I do, yes.
Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna more space for you guys.
Uh-oh.
What?
It's just a hallway full of these things.
There's another one.
Ah! I'm dropping another
there's 3.
fireball.
There's another one. There's another one. All right then.
Wait a minute, man. I had dark vision. What are you talking about? I couldn't see this guy over.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Okay.
There's a corner. I can see this guy over here, but not this one.
Hold on. I just gotta double check something. Just want to make sure I'm using it properly this time.
God.
You know what? I'll do the investment. Thaddeus is gonna curve around the corner, and he is going to twin a chromatic orb.
You got it.
All right. This is the first one. You. 17.
17 hits the first guy. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. And this is going to be acid damage.
Acid damage.
Because, you know.
Got it.
Oh. It didn't do the damage? It's weird.
Gotta click the name.
That's the war crime damage part.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Alright. 18 points of acid damage to it.
And he's gonna curve the second one all the way to this little freak over here. You. Hold on. You.
13
13.
hits. Yep.
Nice.
Oh, they're really? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I just realized something.
They're big, meaty targets.
I just realized something I forgot. My wild magic.
Oh, yeah. We'll do that afterwards. Don't worry.
Okay. And this one is going to be acid as well.
You got it.
For additional war crimes.
Oh, my God.
That's
20. That's 22 points of damage to the other one. As you throw the acid, they let out a retching screech and howl. I need you to roll a wild magic surge, please. So roll a d20, please.
Okay, here we go. Do you want me to roll 2 since I forgot about the lightning?
You did. You technically casted 2 spells. You need to roll 2.
Gotcha. Yep.
13 and 5,
13
you're good.
5. Okay, good.
You're totally fine.
Okay, that's more than I expected. He's gonna take a step back, and that should be the end of his turn.
Lionel, it is now your turn.
Here I go. There's more, huh? Yes. Oh my god, I'm too close for comfort. Okay. Second fireball.
Second fireball. You got it.
I'm gonna aim it so it covers this area.
Alright, you got it. That's 2 dex saving throws. The one closest to you rolls a 12. The other one further back rolls a natural 20, so it actually takes no damage. But the one forward is going to take it.
Oh god damn it. Here we go. Boop.
Oh
34.
my god. Disgusting. The one in the forefront explodes into gore and sprays across the wall. Like something out of Resident Evil. It just smears across the wall and just drips down from the ceiling. As the last one manages to kind of flatten itself to avoid the blast with the natural 20. I'm very sorry.
No worries. Hot. That's all I can do right now. There's another one.
Yes, we're aware of that.
The Gibbering Mouther's turn.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I don't like that distance. I don't like it.
It is going to move. It's 10 feet.
10 feet.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Very, very slow.
Yeah. And it stops, right? That's all he can do. That was him rushing. It was him rushing.
He is going to... Let's see, what can he do
He dashed to move 10 feet, right?
Oh no, he's got a gun.
It's on a nut gun.
He makes his way forward very quickly, but that is all he can do on his turn because he is very slow moving, unfortunately.
Oh.
Alright, that ends his turn. That's all he can do. That brings us to Lex. It is now your turn.
I stand in the way. Ha! And that's the end of Lex's turn.
Okay.
Close.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me, Lex, as you get close to this thing.
Righteous. I said righteous. 11.
No.
You succeed just barely. As this thing whispers, it kind of enters into your ear and gives you a headache, and you start to feel unwell and strange and confused, but you manage to shake it off, and you are not confused.
Ha! I'm already demoralized.
Alrighty. That ends your turn, Lex?
Yes.
Alright, that brings us to Nyx. It is now your turn.
Okay, I guess we'll do the insight check again, because the other one died.
You got it.
Oh, 22.
22. That's going to be a 14, so that's a success.
Okay. I will shoot at it again.
Bang! That's a shot. That hits. No sneak attack, though. But you do have your
No,
thing.
that's what the insight was for, remember?
I keep forgetting. I know I'm bad. I'm sorry. I don't want you to have your abilities. As a DM, you're having too much fun, and you're not allowed to have it.
Too strong.
Too much sneak attack. Get it out of here. We don't want it.
I have never seen that in rogues. Is that like a special thing?
That's inquisitive rogues, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like I can. Yeah, so I have my insightful fighting. I'll show it to you guys. There you go.
Ooh.
So I use an insight check against their deception check, and if I succeed, then I get sneak attack until I either do it on another enemy, or I think until like they die. So, or a minute. Yeah, minute. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right.
So,
does that end your turn, Nyx?
It does end my turn. Nyx is not. Yeah, she goes back up a little bit.
You got it. Oh, I just realized I lost my Twitch chat. I'm so sorry, Twitch chat.
Twitch is dead.
I was looking up.
Bye, Twitch.
I was looking up 3/4 cover, and I lost Twitch chat. That was the payment I had to pay.
Oh no!
Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
All right, this thing has lived long enough. Time to make it a stain. He's gonna tiptoe around, boop, 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 and he is going to fire off another chromatic orb. Third level again.
I need you, before you do that, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh, that's right. I'm bad at this.
No.
Hold on. -1, here we go.
Let's see.
Okay, you're fine. You manage, the same thing happens to you as the whispering begins to grip your psyche, and you shake it off and are able to keep your composure. You may continue with your turn.
He just looks more disgusted, and he is going to fire off that third level chromatic orb.
Here
we go. Up!
Up!
Oh!
19.
Oh, that hits. The 19 hits.
All right, and do you want me to roll d20 now, or?
I will roll it afterwards. So roll damage first.
Gotcha. And let's go with fire this time, because fuck it.
Alright, we're going to ignore those pluses because those are for the crit.
Yeah, that's
but that's still going to be 30 points of damage to this thing. As this large, like, almost concentrated bolt of fire blasts into this creature and it smears across the ground. And you're like, yeah, we won, until it reforms itself again. Still standing. This one's big and meteor.
Uh-huh.
And then go ahead and roll
It's very chunky.
Go ahead and roll a d20. Ooh.
19.
19, you're fine.
I see that almost touching the one.
And he is going to... hold on. Let me just, like, think for a second. Did this... Okay, he can do that again. He is going to run like a coward right behind Lionel.
You got it. You run like a coward right behind Lionel.
Okay, I did my bit. It's your turn.
We're so brave. So brave.
Oh, brave Sir Robin rode forth from Camelot. He was not afraid to die. Oh, brave Sir Robin. He was not afraid to be split and killed in nasty ways. It's just a good thing. All right,
Here we go.
Lionel, it is now your turn.
Actually. Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna use a level 2 instead of a 1.
Okay.
Level 2 magic missiles.
Okay.
So it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4.
That is going to be 5 + 6. That's going to be 11 points of damage to it. As it is still standing. As the bolts blast into it, it kind of jiggles like Jello a little bit, and it reforms itself and kind of keeps gibbering and like chattering to itself.
Oh, I think this goddamn disgusting. Need to kill it now. That's gonna be my turn.
All right, it is now the gibbering Mouther's turn.
Oh no.
Yep. First of all, Lex, I need you to repeat your wisdom saving throw at the start of its turn.
Righteous.
Ooh.
6.
Oh no.
You are now confused. The gibbering finally reaching into your ear. You are now confused.
Sweet release.
No thoughts, head empty.
So on your turn,
One
we will
brain
roll
cell.
to determine what happens.
Nice.
But it is going to use a blinding spittle attack against you.
Bah.
Oh, it doesn't hit. I need everybody. I need Lex, Lionel, and Thaddeus. Everybody but Nyx to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh, this thing's got an AoE.
Interesting.
As a failure.
13.
That's a 12.
Thaddeus, you succeed. Lionel and Lex, you fail.
Oh, shoot.
As you are both are blinded.
Ah! Done it again.
I'm confused. I'm blinded. I'm depressed.
He's just having a fucking bad day. Poor Lex.
So if you have anything based off of sight, spell-wise, it will not work.
Oh no, all my spells.
Oh no.
And the gibbering mouther is going to move within melee range of Lex, and he watches its giant mouth, like, begins to open up, ready to attack and consume Lex. That ends its turn. Lex, it is now your turn, and you are blinded. And you are confused as well, so I need you to roll a d8 for me.
1d8. I got 6.
You got a 6. Roll a d4 for me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I want you to use all your movement to head south.
All right.
You watch as Lex runs past you guys and is heading towards the wall in a
I hear clanking running away.
You sure do.
He's fat rolling.
just Dark Souls rolling.
Am
I touching?
Worth pointing out, there is no attack of opportunity because this is not voluntary movement. So if you voluntarily move, it's attack of opportunity. If it's something like an effect, it doesn't cause a attack of opportunity.
Yeah, otherwise that combo would be brutal.
Oh, it'd be disgusting, yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That ends Lex's turn, unfortunately. But as you get out of the range of the gibbering, you shake your head, and you are no longer confused.
Nice.
That brings us around to Nyx. It is now your turn as you watch Lex shake his head and kind of blink a few times. He's still blind, like he's dazed, but very weird behavior.
Yeah, Nyx was like getting ready to shoot an arrow and be like, "Let go of my friend," and then like watches as Lex turns around and runs towards her, and she's like, just shoots it anyways. Misses probably, I'm guessing.
10. Actually, a 10 hits.
What?
Oh.
These things are big and meaty. They're not very well defensive. Yeah.
Okay,
7 hits.
And plus a sneak attack.
17.
So...
It's looking rough.
Okay. Nyx has done all that she can. She's gonna be like, Lex, are you okay? What's going on? Why'd you run over here?
This is all he's got.
Amazing. All right, Thaddeus, your eyes are like dazed, but you can still see. It is now your turn.
Oh, it's just so ugly. Ugh. He's gonna step back a bit. And as he's stepping back, he's gonna fire off another finger gun with a. All right, let's do it 3 times in a row. Second level chromatic orb.
You got it.
All right, and this one is going to be fire this time.
You got it.
If it hits.
9 matches, so that hits.
Ooh.
Yeah, get
big target.
Oh wait, that was the wrong
Yeah,
roll.
no, click damage.
yeah, okay. Fire. No wait, second level. All right, fire this time. You.
All right. 12 points. You thrust out your hand, and the chromatic orb erupts from your palm like a bazooka. And as it collides with the gibbering matter, it shears off the top half of itself and burns the rest as its chattering and gibbering comes to a silence.
Oh man, I was excited to roll a freaking save for the maddening thing.
Alright.
Don't forget your wild magic.
Yeah, roll your wild magic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Alright, here we go. You.
13, you're
13.
fine. As a short amount of time passes, Lex and Lionel, you eventually kind of blink a few times and you can see.
Oh.
Oh, you quite alright.
Just hugging the wall.
No.
Was that the damage from before, or like is it because of the
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did we get hurt at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think none of us got hit. Oh. That was clean. Clean.
No, it wasn't.
That was super
It's very
clean.
disgusting, actually.
It would be clean when I write about it.
All right, high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, certainly.
Woo! Look at us go.
Nyx, down low.
Oh, that was my head.
Now up high. Oh.
Nyx will jump for it anyways.
In today's episode of Dungeons and Mage, Nyx experiences a microaggression.
Small.
I have a friend Casey, because she is the definition of small.
Oh,
and that I would do that to her ever so often, because like, yeah, high five. Now up high, and I go, and like, come on. She just learned to just punch me now. Just like,
Ooh, they're trying.
Guys, I see a tunnel over here. Do you think I should check it out?
Lion is going around the gibbering.
Yeah.
They're like
I
hissing
suppose
and
it's worth a
popping, and
shot.
are like their waxy, fatty bodies are kind of on fire.
God, not only are they hideous, but they smell even worse.
I'm just gonna take a peek inside and see if I can see an end, okay?
Very
Nyx
well.
never comes out of the cave again.
Nyx was
It's
never
like-
heard from again.
I love Nyx going, guys, do you want me to check in here? I'm gonna go check.
Nyx can't help it.
I like
She
that
can't help it.
You have the Canadian like, hey, you guys mind if I do this thing? I'm gonna do this thing. I just want to ask to be polite, but I'm gonna do this thing.
That's both Nyx and me. Let's be honest. I mean, really.
Kinda is, yeah. Definitely your character.
Okay. First, I'll perception. Do I hear anything up ahead?
Go ahead. Roll a perception check.
Okay. 18.
18.
I was about to ask if there was something from the gibbering mouse we could take, and it's like, wow,
there's-
they don't have
there's-
wallets.
There's like teeth you could take.
Ooh, you know, my
Gibber-
curiosity is gonna get the best of me.
I'd
I'm not
say
touching that thing.
I would say like
Handful.
a handful would probably be like half a pound of teeth.
Hmm.
Because they're big teeth. Like if you want actual teeth that are gonna be useful, those are the ones.
Yeah.
That's like half a ration.
That is. As you listen, Nyx, you don't hear anything in the cavern. You hear companions behind you, but you don't hear anything else.
I don't hear
So
anything.
you're going to better. Oops, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, it's okay.
Like, As Nyx is crawling through the tunnel, so are you going to embellish the details about how I saved the day? Or Lino?
So what now?
You're going to properly write how I saved the day in your book, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going to write especially the part when you run away behind the halfling.
Well, it was a tactical retreat, really.
Oh, we love to say that, don't we?
Yes, we do. He's gonna look. He's just gonna look at, like, the look. He's gonna look at
shit.
Daenerys. You little shit.
Nyx has gotten emerged in her thoughts and gone ahead.
Meanwhile, in the next game,
guys, I'm just gonna take a peek.
You'll have to move one space up, like to the left there, because you're behind a wall. If you wanted to look forward down the tunnel.
Are you stealthily going through this tunnel?
Yeah, go ahead. Do roll a stealth check. I think that would be probably a good idea.
17.
Okay. Measure 60 feet to the left, please.
The mother of Gibbering Mounds.
Nyx comes running out of the tunnel.
Did you say that?
You do not see anything in the tunnel up ahead.
Like it, just normal flooring, nothing like.
It's similar to the previous hallways you've been walking through this section, this area of the map.
Okay. Nyx is just gonna.
Notably, actually, you do see this.
Teleport back.
You see overturned minecarts and discarded mining equipment scattered across the floor.
Does it look like somebody panically abandoned their minecarts?
Just left, just kind of idle.
Old and dusted.
Yeah, so it looks pretty old, I'm guessing.
Yeah, relatively, but not terribly. It's not like it hasn't been touched. There seems to be some air cycling in here.
Okay. Does it look like maybe it was the copper on the wall that was being mined, or?
You assume so. The area actually where the rest of you guys are currently, you see that there are veins of copper in the earth around you, actually, as you guys are kind of sitting there and waiting for Nyx to get back. So there's
yeah, you're like, she just went around the corner. Nyx pops back.
There is a smell, though, Nyx.
She pops back over here. Okay, what?
It's like burning hair and like some decay you smell. It's very like best way I could describe it is like questionably legal clinic smell.
Okay. Questionably legal clinic. That's a good smell to note. Okay, she's gonna teleport back. She's gonna pause. Wait, see if anything else is gonna pop up. No, we're good? Okay.
We're good, sorry.
Hi, so the tunnel leads to like another hallway, kind of like what we passed through. There was some overturned mine carts and equipment, and I could smell something like burning hair and like maybe like some decay in the air, but I couldn't really see anything.
Decay and burning hair?
That is, like, equally as mysterious as those little freaks that we just destroyed.
I don't know, we could check up a little bit more. Like, is the upper area, is that just a dead end?
That's
There's
open.
nothing else
It is
up
a
here?
dead end. It is collapsed.
Okay. So I don't know, it's up to you guys. Do you want to leave the cart here and check it out, or...
If we do leave the cart here, we will need to come back before rest.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Should be safe enough. If we're okay with leaving the cart behind. For now.
I mean, what else is going to be around here anyway?
Lex will park at the cart.
Beep, 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 beep.
Okay. As you guys park the cart, please note you have no access to the items in the cart, so whatever is
Understood.
there remains.
Actually, let me see if we can bring anything with us. Not the copper.
Don't forget to lock it, lock the cart, just beep beep.
Yeah, they can grab stuff if it's locked.
Be sure to grab the giant barrel of water.
Well, Lex has always been carrying that. That hasn't. I don't think that's on the cart.
No, Lex has been carrying that.
Yeah, the only water on the cart was my water skin that is now empty, and that's only because I couldn't carry it on me at the time.
Oh my god, I have the monstrosities book. I could start looking up things we have in terrain. Should I bring the? I don't need. We are not gonna need any of this. At least not immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll let you guys decide on things. I'm gonna use. Are you guys okay if we take maybe a short break here?
No worries. I could get some water.
We can do that.
Yeah, I think this might be a good food and bathroom break while we set up for leaving the cart behind.
Oh,
don't say it like that.
Don't say it like that. No.
Can we check in on chat?
Yeah, you guys can talk to chat.
Hi, chat. How's it going?
I'll talk to chat later. I need to get some water. Be right back.
Well, Bracken may not be here, but I'm here. How are you?
I'm here too. I already have my water. See,
I got
take my
several
water.
waters.
Shake water.
Oh god. I just checked the stream and the little like box freak is. Look at him. He's so full.
Oh god, it's like an illegal processing area.
Oh my god! What? Oh.
Yo, he's stacking up.
Down. Get the fur.
It's like a cursed image. What have you guys been doing, chat?
We gotta squeeze the lemons.
Come on, Luigi. Gotta get us all these corgi. Forget Dalmatians, Luigi. Corgis is where it's at.
We're gonna corner the corgi market, Waluigi. Waluigi.
This is our default thing. Like, how you doing? Yes, me. I will get the
yes, I'm doing quite horrible, quite horrible.
Okay, players, you can talk to my chat immediately evolves into whatever the fuck this is.
That's usually how my bullshit goes. Then it gets to get to the point where someone's gonna use the bathroom and going, all right, everyone, cheering the pooping. Yay!
Yeah, they did it. They passed the pee pee poo poo check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't die.
Yet. You didn't die yet.
You successfully took our shit. Ba-ba-da. You're no longer constipated.
God, the greatest ways to entertain chat. Well, we're on break.
Can't stop looking at the corgi stack. It's so
we should
huge.
Demand a raise.
We should.
A raise of nothing is nothing.
I demand an extra cent.
I'm back. Sorry.
I want to be paid in schmeckles.
Schmeckles? What about
to be paid in gold. Gold coins.
There was
I wish to be paid in miniatures.
Blech.
Dude, that'd be like a full income for some people.
Yeah.
There was
You're not having my miniatures bracket to cry for my cold fucking dead hands.
I'll take them.
Sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. Every so often I'll look at eBay, just looking for miniatures, not for like any war game, but just like, hey, I want to see if someone's just trying to get rid of all their D&D miniatures. I just like keeping an eye out.
Oh no, the corgi stack! No!
They're free!
Some of them at least.
Also, thank you, Blackfoot Ferret, for the 500 bits.
Thank you, Ferret. Love you, dude.
You destroyed those
comment,
corgis.
favorite, and subscribe.
Oh, yeah, I just looked back up and the corgi pile is now like half of what it was.
Dude, this is a little off topic, but I freaking love Blackfoot Ferret. Because of him, I was able to watch slash listen to the Acquisitions Incorporated games. Like when I realized, like I was re-listening them like a couple years ago, and I'm like, I wonder which channel posted this once. And it says Blackfoot Ferret, and I'm, oh shit, I know that guy. I know him.
Oh, we know him.
I know that dude.
Guy.
He's awesome.
Sorry, I'm just eating a couple crackers.
How dare you?
Didn't even fucking.
Or are you a parrot?
Yo, Shay, I'm so excited to show you the storage that I bought for my miniatures, by the way.
Ooh.
I got new shelves just because it's been a fucking nightmare and I wanted to, like, actually make things look presentable.
You want to make things look presentable? Where's Monty and what did you do with her?
Well, I want it more presentable and also so I can find what I need when I need it, because one of the things I discovered when I was trying to, like, buy minis for Tomb of Annihilation was, like, I don't know what minis I have at all. So when I wanted to figure out if I had certain things or not, I had to dig through my whole mini drawer, like those tool cases that I have. And they also don't sell those anymore, so I can't buy any more of those. So I'm like, I need like an actual solution to this problem. So I went and did some digging on how people store their miniatures, and one guy's just like, you gotta get these shelves. They're amazing. They're not that expensive, and like they fit minis perfectly, and you can like, customize them and stuff like that and stack them up. And I was like, oh shit. And everybody else was like, this has been the best thing I've seen. It is like, but now it's like gone up in price, but it's still the best, considered the best way to store the minis, at least. In a way that's
What's the thing called?
Let me find it.
I think you piqued his interest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly curious because I'm wondering if it's the same Warhammer garbage. So it's just like, here's battle foam.
Acro Mills jar plastic parts. It's got like a weird name, but it's called Acro Mills. It's by the Acro Mills company.
I was gonna look it up, but if I'm gonna see it in person anyways, then
yeah, they have I don't know how they would be for like tabletop like war miniatures storage, but for D&D miniatures they're perfect. Because they like fit a decent amount of miniatures, and like the big ones are good for about medium-sized large creatures, and if they're pretty flat. And then everything else that's too big goes into like my bigger bins that have been filling up, and I'm just like, oh thank God.
Is this just a tool part storage case?
Here, I'll grab you a link to what exactly it is.
Yeah,
it's gonna
I looked that up because those are like when you put screws and shit in.
It's like a sewing kit.
So this is like the one that I got for like my medium-sized miniatures, and then yeah, there's a combo one where you can do both, and then there's like a medium one that I got too. So
there was when I had like a bullshit amount of miniatures, like multiple armies, I had this like it was basically just like a luggage case with wheels and stuff. That was about like, I mean, to me, it nearly come up to my waist. So it's a big son of a bitch.
That's a big.
And that thing is literally, and it was just full of garbage, but it's pretty much just foam. So for any miniatures that you had, you just put them in their little slots. Put them there. You just do a nice little home, and you stack them up inside. Then you will them to the place, and you just pray to God the foam's good enough.
Well, that's what Shay got me for Christmas. Is I have like a case now if I want to bring anything that might be like fragile, like miniature wise, or my armies or whatever. I have finally a thing I can actually tote it in. So
I'm just happy that the second present I got you and didn't return.
It worked out. I'm so sorry. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I know. I was just saying, I'm a goddamn nerd. I'm like, oh yeah, miniature storage and all the types. Oh man, that's so cool.
Well, it was one of those things where I'm like, I'm at the point where with my collection, I'm just like, I need to get like an actual system for this, because before I just like, it was more, I just like, here's the thing I could put shit in just temporarily, and now I'm like, okay, I need to actually like strategically decide on what I'm gonna get here. And
you get in the next storage space.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, and this is the thing, this is why I need the label maker, Shay, is I need to label the drawers with what's inside of them, so that way if I'm looking for something in particular, I can just open a drawer, grab it, and close it. Essentially.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's gonna be really handy.
Well, especially if I have to take shit to games, and instead of digging through everything and finding specific minis, it's like, oh, I need a ghost, and I can just go into my ghosts and spooks drawer and then pull it open, grab stuff, and put it in a container. So
I would recommend like alphabetizing it, but I know you'll just get more minis, and then you'll
that's the thing though, is like if I can alphabetize it, and if I have to, I can switch around the drawers, like because they're all compatible, so I can just switch a drawer out and like move it around. Right.
Okay, actually, yeah. Then yeah, you can do that.
I can't alphabetize them yet.
You can get a label or a gun, and then you can instead of those, you can get the tool puller drawer. I can't remember what they're called, but basically still look at like other Acro Mill tool little organizers, because That's how we organize a lot of the minis in Paizo. We just have a shelf,
Yep.
and then obviously we had like a shit ton of them, but it's like I just pull them out. I need goblins. Okay,
Yep.
there they are.
Oh yeah, no, it's nice pouring out all my orcs and having them in a big bin where I can actually see all of them, and now I can finally grab them and not have to like struggle to close my thing, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so nice. The only tricky thing is like putting things with wings in the drawers, because like if they're just slightly too tall, they'll clip, and it's just like, nah. But
You'll suffer.
It's not the worst thing in the world, and it's better than nothing, so. Yeah, no, the bigger mini storage I'm gonna have to figure out a better strategy for, though, and especially terrain storage. I have welcome to the miniature storage podcast, because I have like I have a big bin, and you've seen it, Shay. You know, the big bin that's got like the dragons and the giants in them and stuff like that. I'd rather have another one of those strictly for terrain, and then have another one strictly for just minis, so that way I can have like a terrain drawer and then have a mini drawer, like the big bins. So that means I may have to replace the current one I have and then get like some different ones essentially. But that's for later, and that's part of the spring cleaning and getting a couch as well. And I have to set up a thing so we can play Spooderman as well. So that's going to be...
Spooderman!
Finally!
I have to get lav mics of all things, and also get another computer. So good luck with that.
Hey, you well play Spider-Man. You well.
I know! You have a gun! You have a sniper on me on the spot in case I don't play that game. But, speaking of playing games... Let's get back into Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
All right, D&D.
Oh yeah.
Immediately abandon your cart, and I would like you guys to...
Hey.
The cart is dead to us.
Please put your tokens here on this side, just to save us a little bit of time.
We'll be right back. You know, we just need to like scope out the area. We'll come right back for cart, Chad. I think that was the most recent.
We're just going for cigarettes, chat. Don't worry.
Oh no.
Man, I really need some milk. I'll be right back.
Yeah. We'll be right back with the milk.
Man, shout out to milk. That's the best liquid.
I'm out. I'm like so close to it. I think I have like a little bit left, and then I'm done. And it might be expired. I have to double check, but I need to go. I need to go milk shopping tomorrow, Shay.
I got it. We'll do everything. We'll get blankets. We'll
some milk.
Get
you gotta go to the
label maker and
label maker
and
milk,
soap as well.
Oh yeah, and soap.
It's a shame I can't drive to the mall and just pick you up, because that's where I need to go.
I'm not at the mall tomorrow, so.
Speaking of desolate, abandoned places,
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Yeah.
It's not abandoned. There are creatures roaming around.
I meant our mall. Our mall's not abandoned. I just have to, you know.
Right. Most malls are abandoned. Let's be real.
Okay, can I perception to see if there's any traps ahead of us?
Sure, absolutely. Go for it.
20.
You look around, you see like there's mine carts and stuff turned, and like you do see like some picks and stuff left behind. You don't see anything, but with a 20 you do hear something.
Oh.
Does it sound like one something or multiple somethings?
It sounds like a very similar something that you've heard before and just killed.
Guys, okay, I know that we just killed like 3 things back there, but like I'm hearing more whispers up ahead. It's up to you. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm out of... Oh no, I still have fireballs, but... How many do you hear?
I still have more.
I just heard whispers. I can't tell you.
Oh, goody. Well, they still have more in the tank, but maybe we should just leave this one be. You know. I mean, they clearly got something going on over there, so...
Sounds like someone is afraid.
I listen to me. I'm not afraid. I'm just being tactical about all this. You know what we just did, right?
It just depends. Like, if it's 1 more, that's something. But if it's 3 more...
Don't you make those bird noises at me.
That's me. That's God doing it. Sorry.
God. Like,
where are you, McFly? Chicken?
Oh god, there's chickens in here now.
I don't know. Do you guys want to see if we can see how many there are? Do you think, or do you just want to go back to the cart?
I'm all up to continuing.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
As long as we keep our distance.
I always like being near a cart.
We go back and dig out the tunnel just to bring the cart with.
Yeah, like that would take not a forever amount of time.
We'll be level
But
10
would it
by
be
the
worth
end
it?
of all this
Absolutely.
training.
So, let's do a vote. I vote keep moving forward.
Fine, let's go see what's down here. Lex starts walking.
I guess no one else voted.
Nix was getting ready to flip
This
a coin.
is how it usually ends up anyway.
Okay. We should probably stealth
Stealthily
while we're doing this. Yeah.
Let's do
Group
it.
stealth, I
Okay.
guess.
Group self check, everybody.
Hooray! Group self.
15.
Do we get any
Down the
bonuses for being aware?
Time to be sneaky breaky.
Lex got
Ew.
you.
Ooh.
Don't forget we have a inspiration from last time.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
If
true.
you want to use it.
I'm gonna use it. So do I get a reroll?
Yep.
All right.
You gotta reroll.
All right. You.
Okay.
That is worse.
You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to see it.
Alright. As you guys continue moving on, you hear some shuffling a little bit in the distance, and is becoming a bit louder.
Okay, guys, it may have hurt us. It is getting closer.
Lovely.
Looks towards Lex. Clank, clank, clank.
Yeah, literally.
So, do we just want to ready an attack to see if to like hit something that comes around the corner?
I'll get my how did I just forget the name? I'll just get my Ray of Frost ready.
Okay.
Now prepare old reliable.
I'll prepare an arrow.
And I'll farm the head.
Alrighty, these will not be with advantage as you have been spotted. And as you guys stay about where you are, eventually coming around the corner 10 feet, the Gibbering now there begins to move. So your held actions go off. So Ray of Frost from Lionel, you may start.
Here it comes. 10.
10, that hits.
Oh, it's true. They have
Big,
low
big
AC.
boy.
Oh yeah.
I'm so used to that feeling. 7.
I know, right?
7 points of cold damage, and its
Give me-
movement is reduced by 10 feet.
Give me 1 second here. Just gotta flip over in my book here. And get some health pools here.
It's so crazy when 10 is not a fail
Right?
every time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a big boy. It's a pile of goo, really.
Goop.
Nope.
Alrighty, as the Ray of Frost streaks out and collides with this creature, you watch as it freezes in place, unable to move.
Oh yeah, it has 10 feet of movement. So it has reduced to 0.
Alright. Held action from Nyx, go ahead.
Okay. It's just gonna be a straight up arrow. No sneak attack.
That hits for 5 damage, and it slices into the side of this creature. Lex, you form the head. Thaddeus, your held action goes off.
All right. That is going to be a first level chromatic orb.
You got it.
All right. Yo.
17
17.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty. I keep doing.
It's all good. It happens.
All right. Let's do lightning damage this time.
Lightning, you got
Because
it.
why not?
Oof, okay.
Oh, wait, no, wait, hold on. That was the, I accidentally did second level, so that would be 6 damage, I believe. Right?
That's an additional D8, so this is going to be 3d6, so it would be the 16 instead.
Oh, okay, well, that's even better.
Alright.
16 lightning damage, then.
The 16 lightning damage crackles out. 1 second, let me do math here. As it crackles out and slams into this thing, it kind of reels and whispers and mouths as it's frozen in place, trying to lurch forward towards you all. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Let's go.
All right.
14.
4.
We need to get legs on ranged weapons. I am rolling like shit for initiative today. I have not done above a 10.
Lex, could I get an initiative roll, please? Thank you.
It's like I had like other windows. I'm like,
Let's see, we have Nyx, we have Lex, we have Lionel, and we have Thaddeus. And the lovely Gibbering Mouther. Alright, Nyx, it is now your turn as this thing is frozen in place. And oh my god, sorry. Hey, Mr. Rabbit, thank you so much for raiding with a party of 46. Welcome to D&D. There are no Digimon in Dungeons & Dragons, but they are fighting a Gibbering Mouther, which is kind of like a Digimon, right?
Basically.
Basically.
yeah, it's like rejected corrupted data
Instead
Digimon.
of saying Agumon, it goes...
Oh god, he's a deleter.
The
hammers.
Reaper, fucking D-Reaper. Yeah. Oh god. It kind of is, yeah. That's actually a really apt way to describe a Gibbering Mouther as the D-Reaper. Mr. Insecure, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 41 months. Thank you so much. Alrighty. I believe we were on, Nyx, it is your turn to start.
It looks kind of frozen in place right now?
Yeah, it's like trying to lurch forward to get at you, but currently the frost damage is keeping it in place.
Okay, give me a deception check.
Deception? Sure thing.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 9.
20, okay. So this one will be with sneak attack.
You got it. 20 hits with 18 points of damage. Not bad. Let me see what you do, and then... Alright, you strike into its core, and it... kind of like rears and kind of like is lashing violently. And that is a solid hit on this creature.
Nyx is just gonna back up. She's gonna be like, good job freezing it in place, Lionel. Totally trust that it won't get out.
Alright, Lex, it is now your turn.
I'm going to stand here, ever brave. That's the end of my turn.
Alright. That brings us to the Gibbering Mouther's turn. How long does the speed reduction last?
Until the end of my next turn.
Alright, you got it. So it is frozen in place.
No, until the start of my next turn, sorry.
Let's see. It's going to hold an action, and that's going to end its turn. Lionel, it is now your turn.
Okay, so it's no longer frozen. Let me double check that just to make sure. It's reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn, so yes.
Alright, so its held action is going to go off as it is going to move 10 feet with a dash action.
Oh, you son of a gun.
As it slowly slops its way forward.
When you held action to move?
Well, it's a dash action.
Okay.
So the trigger was to basically get its movement back, and its held action would go off after that, so...
Understood.
Yeah, but it can't go its full movement. It can't double its movement because the movement is your full movement, essentially. So it can't move.
So I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a dick to it, and I'm going to move 20 feet.
Okay.
And then shoot it with another Ray of Frost.
You got it. Go for it.
Boom! 16.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
So it's Its speed is low again, and it takes 2 again. Double
2
ones.
Damage, nice.
Wow! Why am I rolling like shit for the damage?
As you streak, you freeze it to the ground again as it lurches and is like wobbling side to side like the world's worst happy inflatable tube man from hell.
Right. Everyone, move like 15 feet back. Let's just annoy.
All right.
That's gonna be my turn.
Lionel's turn. Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
All right, then let's do this properly this time. He's going to move forward, just move a little bit to get in the side of it, and he is going to pop off a. You know, let's use a cantrip this time. Firebolt.
You got
Old reliable. All right. Woo.
9 matches, so you hit.
Yeah. Woo. No, I keep doing it. Every single time.
13 points of fire damage, very nice, and he is looking very rough.
Alright, and he is going to back up a little bit, and while he's backing up, he is going to use a bonus action to convert spell slots again.
You got it.
Now, alright, so, if I convert a second level slot, I get 2 sorcery points,
You get 2 sorcery points, yes.
Alright, he's going to do that. He's going to convert, and he gets 2 sorcery points back.
You got it.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
That brings us to the top of the turn order. Nyx, it is now your turn.
Okay. Guess I'll just short bow again.
That hits.
With
8 piercing. As you strike out with your short bow, again, you pierce through the core of this thing, and it pops like a balloon with gore spraying across the wall. And it is dead.
Well, once you know what you're dealing with, it's not that bad.
I really hope that's the last of them, though. We are kind of like throwing out a lot of stuff at them, you know?
Yes, I was about to say. Let's just maintain formation and keep moving.
Lex would like to perception check as he walks up to here to see if he hears any more Hooglybrook.
Give me 1 second before you guys move. I just want to read something real fast.
Gotcha. I'm feeling bad for Lex. Having to step away from this thing.
She's ready. Keep going. She can't stop us if we keep running.
Oh, I'm gonna glitch to the wall.
Yeah, we'll
just run past all the monsters before they spawn.
I leveled up 10 times.
I'm back.
That's no clipping.
That's what I did. I disappeared into the wall. See, I'm gone.
Slash
mod gun.
Let's Gmod, yeah.
I just have to remember where I put my character if I drag them into the blackness, because otherwise I won't be able to bring them back.
My favorite sound effect is literally just stuff colliding in Gmod. Or any of the sorts. Yeah. I don't know why it's so funny.
It's
anytime anyone ragdolls or anyone falls unconscious, that's all I think of. It's
great.
It's just like a company of noises. It's great.
Alright. Let's see. In this space, to the north of the room, you see an altar. A 3-foot-tall, 400-pound block of dark red stone engraved.
An altar, 3-foot-tall, 500-pound.
About 500-pound tapered. It's a block of dark red stone.
Okay. Block of red. And is that just like here?
No, that is to the north. It is right here.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Right here.
Any whispers?
You hear no whispers now. You do hear a noise, though.
Huh?
It's like very faint, and you can't really tell where it's coming from. It sounds like a like the sort of like humming noise. Yeah.
Curious.
Does it sound like an electrical humming noise or like an alive like mosquito humming noise?
It's like an ambient humming, and it's consistent enough that it's probably not a living thing, or if it's a living thing, it's like something's wrong with it.
Oh,
there's an altar to the north. There is a tunnel to the west, and there is more pathway to the south as well.
That might actually loop to where we came from. Where the skeletons and the rest of the weapons are?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at on my map. It might go down that way. If I go up to the corner and look down, what does it look like down here? Is there a weird 2-foot gap on this wall?
There sure is. I don't know why it's there, but there is, yeah.
I know, I see that weird 2-foot gap. I think this does connect to the whole...
That weird 2-foot gap. Okay, that's perfect.
Does that mean we can just go back around with the cart?
We go back for the cart.
Come back up.
For safety. So we feel good about it. You guys want to take the...
Leah's to go...
We'll take the 10 minutes to go all the way back to this room. Unless there's something in our way, nothing can stop us to get here.
No, you guys can get here. There's nothing in the way. The Gricks were probably the only thing.
So, we just go back to the tunnel, take the car, start rolling around.
We just gotta go the long way around.
Teleport the cart.
And just...
oh,
the cart came back.
Passes as you guys make your way up towards this way.
Look, it's a companion that we cannot leave behind, okay?
And
yeah, we love you, Cart.
Right, Shay?
Yeah, it's okay, I'm good.
Alright.
Taking your notes.
Yeah, if this is just a straight thing up and down, I can easily fill that part in, and I had that part.
That was a nice break. Okay.
I'll reveal it
now
for your ease.
Now Cart is safe. I want to investigate that altar.
Yeah.
Alright. You may approach
okay, yeah. It just goes straight, so that'll be easy to connect then, okay. But for, counting-wise, it does help. Okay. Let's see.
Dumb 2 feet away. But, next, if you can do a trap check before we approach.
Yeah, I can definitely check the altar to see if it's booby-trapped.
Well, the way to the altar, mainly.
Oh, okay. Nyx will approach probably up to here and do a perception check on the altar, and I probably don't see anything with a 10.
From that distance, and as you look at it, you do not see anything, no.
I don't see anything. Should we go investigate?
I'll take it, yeah.
You know, if Nyx approaches the altar, it's almost like an increased chance of there being a trap. I'm just gonna say it out loud next.
I had to choose this just for safety. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. Not Ritual. I actually gonna cast it. I prepared it.
You're gonna straight up cast it, alright? You got it.
Yeah, because I got tired of having to spend 10 minutes doing the thing.
Sorry.
So Detect Magic.
Alright, as you cast Detect Magic on the altar, you gain no magic.
Well, around me.
Nope, no magic around it, no magic on it at all. It does not give off any magical effect.
Curious.
Yes?
There's no magical effect around us.
Interesting.
Should I approach it?
By all means.
I can touch it.
You know what? Nyx, come back here a little bit.
Roll an investigation check, Nyx, if you wish to.
Just took a step forward.
Oh god, 9.
9. Okay.
I'm supposed to be good at this.
9.
As you look at this altar, notably there's like runic engravings on it. It's a very, very nice piece, and you get the sense that it's kind of in the form of a dwarf a little bit. But notably, just plain visibly, you notice that there are a bunch of greasy, like, handprints like small handprints of goblins on the cover of this, all smeared around, gross. Anyone who wants to can make a religion check.
I will do so.
Is my religion any good? I guess it's average. Nope.
Nope.
I am proficient.
Thaddeus and Lex, you can
What the
also
fuck?
roll religion as well as you look at this altar with your companions.
Fuck it.
All right.
Oh
Oh
my god.
Lex!
That doesn't matter.
How does this add to the lore? I need to know.
Alright.
Find
What do
out.
you know?
You've heard of this god.
Nobody
This is Dumathion, the dwarven
Oh,
god and
Dumathion.
keeper of secrets under the mountain. He is he's a dwarven god, and engraved around him, you assume, are probably prayers to him. And he is basically a god that reveals secrets, essentially, Lex, and you would know this. You would also note that all these smeared handprints would be a great desecration upon his altar. He's a very unforgiving god. That's what you would know.
Hey,
Lots of soap if we want to clean it off.
This looks like the same stuff that used to be in my family's mansion.
Mansion?
really know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
they
mansion
always
as
said
well.
stuff about government and like the, doing
No,
secret
no, wait.
business for nobles.
Hold on. You go back to when nobles.
Yeah.
Did we know
But
this?
your family had a rat burger restaurant. How
Yeah.
successful was the rat
Yeah,
burger
they had a
restaurant?
chain.
A chain.
Well, I remember
Okay,
this at all.
so basically, I remember what Pops was telling me is that you basically make it a series of rat burger restaurants to kind of keep the peasants poor and sickly, so that you could occasionally come in and help them. So you look at saviors, and then you use them as an information network all throughout the villages and stuff. So you understand that if any uprisings come in throughout the land, you can easily crush them by informing the king.
Genius.
Oh, we worship this dwarven god, by the way, and they're big fans of him.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's all messed up. Someone really didn't like him. That's what all the smeary stuff's about.
Mirroring. Oh.
Yeah, the desecrated it. They didn't like him.
I'll use prestidigitation to get rid of it.
Okay. All right, you guys clean the altar?
Yeah.
Right off a bar of soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you wipe off the final goblin handprint off of the statue, you can't help but feel lighter in some way, like almost like a weight's been lifted from your shoulders.
We can carry 2 more rations.
I love 2 pounds.
No, we could carry 3.
As you kind of blink, your eyes all kind of, and your detect magic would pick this up, Lionel. Everybody's eyes now have a divination magic to them.
Oh.
Whoa.
We all have divination.
I can now see your secrets.
Can Thaddeus remove his glasses to see if he's like
Oh.
if his vision is still impaired without him?
No, your vision's the same. It hasn't changed, but your eyes are all glowing with, and only Lionel sees this. None of the rest of you guys see this. Only Lionel sees this. So
Curious.
So much for 2020 vision.
So, to be transparent, all secret doors are plainly visible to those characters for 20 more hours that clear his altar. So you guys can now see all secret doors without having to search
All
for
secret
them
doors.
for 24 hours.
Thank you, Domathorn.
Just in the clouds, like a dwarf gives a thumbs up.
Yeah.
No, problem, bro. And the clouds.
Do we see any secret doors around us right now?
No, you do not. If there's anything, I will
Okay.
reveal them immediately to you. So
Very
that's
well.
How that's gonna work.
Oh, that's the first thing. He's like, "Is there one
Traverse
here?"
the entire
Door.
dungeon all over.
After getting like that little like boom, can Thaddeus start looking into this corridor over here? Since he's next to it.
Absolutely.
We turn around. There's Legend of the Hidden Temple stage, like off the left.
It seems we have been blessed with divination magic, so that's interesting.
Mm.
Man, that makes religion so much easier. You do something and it happens.
It shows that you gotta be a little kind, apparently, even adventuring in dungeons.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I wish I wish for 20/20 vision, but I suppose that's good enough.
It's not going to fix your vision.
He's the god of secrets, not the god of fucking glasses.
Yeah, ophthalmologist.
Hey, listen. Like, glasses is the... Like, you need to use glasses to see the secrets of the world, or else you'll be blind.
Dumathon didn't spend 4 years doing in freaking school. He's trying to be a freaking...
I'm just happy we got to use our soap, though, you know? Like...
Yeah. And we still got more soap left to use.
Yeah.
So much soap.
It's a secret tool that'll be useful for later.
Dude, I have 8 bars of soap.
I have 2 more.
More. Can we squeeze the card through here?
Thaddeus? No, you cannot. It is much too small. Thaddeus, as you make your way forward, what was once stone very quickly turns to what appears to be copper-tiled floors.
Ooh. Now this is classy.
And as
what does he see?
Peer inside, roll a stealth check for me first.
Ooh.
Just him or me too?
I'm gonna say both of you, yeah.
12.
28.
Okay.
Right.
Hold on, I have to figure out. Okay. Give me a second here. Give me a moment.
How dare you? No, no time for you.
Gotta read something. That's really important, and there's a lot of text here, and I need to read it all. Okay. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I apologize.
Don't worry. How's everyone doing tonight? Hell yeah.
I'm preparing my April Fools kind of at the same time.
Oh.
God, I forgot.
I'm changing my Discord server to be Baron the Big Blue House fan club.
I love that show.
That's good. That's good.
And I'm changing my avatar and shit. I gotta. Let's see.
Don't forget to say good night, Moon.
Alrighty. Thaddeus, as you peek your head around the corner, you see these.
Oh no, more little freaks.
You're gonna say little freaks and it's going to be like large icons.
You see.
Actually, it's interesting that you're ahead.
You see
a
massive, hulking, fleshy, Frankenstein-looking creature standing in the middle of this room with copper plates. And you see, floating above, crackling with energy, immediately turning and seeing you and smiling with a fleshless grin, a floating skull with crackling lightning around it. And as you turn the corner, it cackles, and I need everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
2, 4, 6.
Hell
8.
yeah.
I just rolled 11.
Alright, let me write down some hit points here.
Uh-oh.
King Flaming Skull. I have never fought against a freaking flesh golem. That is interesting.
I have. They're not great.
Immediately, as the combat starts, the copper tile at your feet, Thaddeus, begins to light up.
Oh dear.
Oh, I see. It's conductive.
Isn't it?
That's exciting. So how far does the copper go? Like, does it come up to here,
it fills, so it's right where Thaddeus is, and it kind of peters off, but this entire room is filled with it.
Okay.
Let's see. As the combat starts, you hear the Flame Skull call out, "We must get more test subjects for my experiments!"
I'm sorry.
Excuse me?
Fetch them!
No.
Fetch them now! And let's grab your initiative. Nyx with a natural 20. We have Lionel.
19.
19. We have Lex. And we have Thaddeus. And let's roll. Okay. Lionel, roll a d20 for me, please.
D20 for you.
Yeah.
Bow. 11.
Okay. Alrighty. Start of the turn order, Nyx. You hear this sound go off, and you can hear a voice, and you can see the tiles beneath Thaddeus's feet begin to crackle and snapple and pop. It is your turn. What do you do?
I think she'll start by calling out to the other two guys and be like, guys, I think we have a couple of problems over here. One of them sounds a little crazy, and the other one is the floor is glowing. I'm not really sure.
I'm not crazy, I'm a genius! You hear the skull snap back at you.
Dad?
Really crazy.
Just as Lionel grabs his hand. Going in.
Okay, I can go through teammates, right?
You can, yes.
Okay, so does Thaddeus look unaffected by touching the floor?
Not yet.
Not yet? Oh.
Interesting
man.
experiment.
Guys, this is the moment where I become a test experiment. If I go past Thaddeus to this spot, what happens to me?
As you step on that spot, you take lightning damage.
I thought so. Hey,
Start of your turn if you're on a tile, or when the first time when you enter a tile, I believe.
I had a feeling that was going to be the mechanic, but Nyx didn't know that, so I couldn't.
Understandable. I would have done the same.
10 points of lightning damage.
Oof.
I'm gonna dodge that. I'm gonna take 5.
Take 5 instead.
Okay. Nyx is gonna kind of yell out, "Oh, that one hurt! That one hurt! The shiny floor hurts!"
One would assume that.
It didn't hurt you!
Well, that's
Okay,
because I'm simply bigger.
This guy's up, like, floating?
Yeah, that one's floating in the air, yeah. It sounds like a lady as well.
Oh, lady, okay. Deception check?
Alright.
Oh, Lady Flaming Skull.
15.
Lady Flaming Skull.
Leans against the wall. Hello, how you doing?
Hello there. Is there a Mr. the Skull?
Mr.
13.
Then, you single?
Oh, I beat her by
Chaos
2.
for the 100 bits. That is a 13, which is a failure.
Okay, I will shoot my bow.
Alright. Who are you aiming for?
Oh, I was aiming for the floating one.
The floating one? 13 just hits.
Nice.
Oh. Okay, and then...
Ooh, 18 points of damage.
Oh.
Not bad. As you let out a cracking noise, you hear the skull go, "Ah! You impotent! Well, I will show you what's smarts!" And you run away. Good.
Right, yeah. Guys, I don't even know anymore.
Alright, Lionel, it is now your turn.
On my way. From here, I am gonna do the thing. And you know what? Fireball, let's go.
Fireball, alright, you got it.
I'm gonna aim it in the center of the room. Cover this section.
Alright, let me measure this out real fast. Yeah, that'll hit both of them.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, DC 14.
AC 14. Where'd my d20 go? Alright, starting with the Flaming Skull, which is actually a Lightning Skull, technically. That is going to be an 18, so they succeed.
So half damage.
And... Sorry, just checking something here. And the Flesh Golem... that's going to be a 9. That is a failure.
And in comes the damage! Bam!
Big number,
17.
go!
Oh, damn it. 17.
So the Flesh Golem takes 17 points of damage, and you watch as it catches fire, it goes... and hates the fire quite a bit.
Ooh. Nice. Okay.
Right, and then...
That's my last 3rd level spell. But
and
boy,
you
I feel
notice
like
as the fire damage explodes, the Flame Skull takes little to no damage as it explodes.
So resist. Okay. At least that's my interpretation of it. I'm gonna move back here, trying to give Lex space to be able to move. We got a big thing coming in.
Alrighty.
That's gonna be my turn.
That ends your turn. It is now the enemy's turn. On fire and angrily, the Flesh Golem is going to attempt to grab you, Thaddeus. So I need to make an athletics check of your choice, please. Athletics or acrobatics of your choice.
They're both equally not great, so I'll just do athletics. No, wait, acrobatics.
Ooh.
13.
It's a 16 from him as he grapples you. You are now grappled by this. And he is going to drag you back 1 space onto the tiles. Good. That one's big and healthy. It will do. You hear the Flame Skull chatter.
No, I most certainly will not.
The Flame Skull. What is she going to want to do? Well, actually, at the start of its turn, you watch as the fiery wounds on the Flesh Golem begin to heal up as electricity courses through him.
Oh, I want to get him out of those tiles.
The Flame Skull speaks out and says, "Well, he'll do no good alive!" And you watch as it shoots out these fire rays. Are actually lightning rays, technically.
No.
Oh, no.
No, no.
First attack. It's going to be a 16 to hit you. Thaddeus.
That hits.
Alright. You take... Oh, that makes math really easy. 12 points of lightning damage.
Ah!
Second attack.
Ouchie, ouch.
That's going to be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
As you take a flat 10... Wait, hold on. Another 12 points of damage. There you go.
Oh, no. That ain't great at all.
You hear cackling laughter as the skull goes, "Yes, yes, excellent, excellent, excellent. Get him in the middle of the room. I want to see how he hisses and pops."
No, you don't.
That will end the lightning skull's turn. Sorry, I keep wanting to call it flaming skull because that's technically kind of what it is, but not. All right, that ends the enemy's turn. Lex, it is now your turn as you hear screams and yelling and weird shouts and talking from the room next to you.
I can only dash to make it up there. So Lex is like, so he will dash all the way up to him.
All right.
And that's all he can do.
Oh, for the love of gods, help me!
Yeah, I got here. I'm on it.
That brings us around to Thaddeus. It is now your turn. You are grappled still.
All right, then. I really don't appreciate this. Get off of you, okay, not little freak, you giant freak. He's gonna try and break the grapple.
All right. Go ahead and re-roll the athletics or acrobatics of your choice.
Acrobatics. I don't think this guy has 14?
14, unfortunately. Another 16. I'm so sorry.
Not yet. I use Ben Luck.
Okay, you have to use Ben Luck at the beginning. You have to use it before you know the outcome of the roll, unfortunately. Yeah. You can do so only after the roll, but before any effects occur, so... Yeah, you have to call that out ahead of time.
Okay. Alright.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Is there any... No, that's cool, it's my bad. Is there any other way I could try to, like, break free or, like, use a bonus action at all? Like...
Well, grapple just lowers your movement, right?
Basically, your movement is 0, and he can move you. So, unfortunately, your action is to escape, and you only have your bonus action and your movement left, unfortunately.
This is bad. What else can I use? Bonus action. Just give me a second.
No worries, take your time. This is a weird encounter.
Yeah. I should have used that bad luck though. Okay, I think that's all I could do.
Notably, at the beginning of your turn, Thaddeus, the copper floor does not electrocute you.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
Alright.
And that'll be the end of his turn, I guess.
Top of the turn order, Nyx, it is now your turn.
Go 5, 10. Can I climb on top of Thaddeus?
Yes, you can.
Sure, I'll allow. I mean, if he allows it, sure.
Yeah, certainly. He wants to be free.
You're a small creature, so I'll say yes. It takes half your movement to get on top of him, though, because you're technically getting... When you get on top of something, it's mounting, technically, so yeah.
Nope, that'll be half my movement to get there, and then the other half to climb on top, so... Be like, just let me your shoulders for a second. I think if we take out the crazy thing, we can stop the golem.
That sounds like a genius idea. Please help. Please do it.
Okay, I'll do my best. She's gonna attempt to shoot at...
The skull, you got it.
Okay.
21 hits.
Okay, and I still get sneak attack on her.
7 piercing, not bad.
Plus the 12.
Plus 12, not bad. As you fire in, you actually hear a gonging noise as you hit them. Notably, they're like metal plated. The skull itself is metal plated. And you hear go, "Gah! This is not part of my calculations!"
Calculations are dumb.
Math is stupid.
Yeah.
Your math is stupid and you're stupid.
I'm not stupid, you're stupid! I'm a genius! Callister knew it and I know it too!
Huh?
You're a skull in the middle of a dungeon in the ground!
And you're an orc about to be a test subject!
Oh yeah? Where's your equations and stuff? Every smart person has a chalkboard with equations on it.
Well, I don't have it in this room. This is the experimentation room.
Ha! You don't even have it. Fuck it. Yeah.
Alright, Lionel, it is now your turn.
Here we go. I am going to...
My space is technically on top of Thaddeus, so I'll just move mine.
Don't worry.
On the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say with Nyx and Thaddeus occupying the same space, there is full cover between you and the enemies, unless you get ahead, unfortunately, Lionel.
I see.
Yeah.
So I can not see him at all.
You can't see either the Flesh Golem or the Flame Skull. The entire entryway is completely plugged up by both Thaddeus being dragged away and currently aiming a shot and standing upright a Nyx who is plugging.
You guys are so fat.
Basically, you have a tall and a small creature that are occupying the same space, and as you as a small creature means if you have a small creature, they're blocking you as well. Like, they have to be a different size to you, then, yeah.
How tall is the ceiling?
That's a good question, Mega Man. The tunnel itself is very small. It's maybe not even 10 feet tall, maybe 8 feet tall. Actually,
but like when I was able to see
it's 5 foot high. Actually, it says here.
The room?
The tunnel you're currently in is 5 feet tall.
When I first shot the fireball, yeah.
Why aren't you telling me how big the room is? Tell me how big the room is.
Big.
Sorry, I'm just reading here. Yeah, I know about the chute. Where's the... Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna say it's 20 feet tall because it's not telling me.
Gotcha.
So that probably means it's a base height, so I'm gonna use 20 feet as the base height.
So I know I cannot see through. I know I cannot see the enemy from where these guys are, but I have this. can move through the space of any creature that is a size larger than you.
So you can move through.
Okay.
You can move through Thaddeus, and you can move through the flesh golem. Yeah.
So I'm gonna move up to here.
Okay.
Like, okay, this is I'm gonna need a better vantage point, and I'm gonna pull out my rope.
Okay.
Put it around my arm so it drags me up. Rope trick.
You got it.
And going into my secret room.
You do. You go into your secret room. Now, while you're in your secret room, you cannot see the enemies because it's an interdimensional space.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you do clamber up into your secret spot. Sorry, I'm just reading here. Yes, attacks and spells cannot cross through the entrance, out or in of the interdimensional space.
Correct. I will need to crawl down the rope, shoot, and go back up.
Basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this though: if you're doing that, if you're going up into the space, you're going to incur an opportunity attack from the flesh golem because you are technically leading its range essentially.
No.
So it is going to swing at you with a slam attack. That is going to be a soft 10, which misses. So it swings and misses as the nimble halfling jumps up and clambers up into the little hidey hole dimension. Alrighty, that is your action and your movement.
Correct.
End of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Alrighty, it is now the enemy's turn. As you all begin to appear, the skull goes, "Ah! Excellent! So many test subjects all at once! Let us begin!" And you watch as they electrocute the ground and all of those copper panels on the floor spread out. That is their action. The flesh golem is going to... Let's see. Well, it's got an order, so it's going to drag Thaddeus 15 feet back, because he's still grappled. So Lex, you get an attack of opportunity.
Isn't Nyx also on top of Thaddeus?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Dragged away. Yep.
Oh,
That's
Why
gonna
Nyx?
do that for now.
Oh.
Lex, you get an attack of opportunity against the flesh golem.
Excellent. I'm going to do that. Duder. Whoop. 9.
9 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Swing. 9.
9 slashing, not bad. As you
Nice.
slice into the leg of this flesh golem that's kind of lumbering away, dragging Thaddeus and Nyx at the same time into the center of the floor. That ends the enemy's turn. At the beginning of your turn, Lex, you take lightning damage as the floor is currently electrified.
Mm-hmm.
You take 8 points of lightning damage. And it is now your turn.
Alright. Next is going to, let's see, 5, 10, 9, 20. I can't get quite to the flanking area, but I can do this. I rush up and whap him.
You got it. Go for it.
Whap! 23.
23. That absolutely hits.
6
slashing damage. Very nice. As you slash into
12.
the leg of this flesh golem.
Next is 12 big slashing.
12 hits for 8 points of slashing damage. Not bad, not bad.
Swing, swing.
You're
And that'll be the end of Lex's turn.
You got it. It is now Thaddeus's turn. You take lightning damage.
Ouchie, ouchie.
You take 15 points of lightning damage. That was a high roll.
That's not great.
And it is now your turn.
Alright, that's it. I've had enough of this. Let me go. He's going to attempt again, but first, he is going to use Tides of Chaos to get advantage.
Alright, give yourself advantage. You got it.
Alright, just to put that on deflect. Alright, and he's still good with Stick of Acrobatics.
Alright.
20.
20. You manage to break free. You rush forward, but as you do, you keep your Tides of Chaos as a wild magic surge is going to go off.
Please don't turn into a potted plant or something.
Only a D100.
Okay, here we go.
Budgie, why did you?
Oh, one!
Oh!
Oh.
That's not good.
Oh.
Wait, what did you use? What did you use? That's of chaos. Why did you use it?
I guess I need to get out. I'm literally gonna die.
You could still attack, you son of a gun. You don't need movement.
Well, I need movement to get out because the lightning's gonna fucking work me.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh.
Alright, that ends your turn.
Wait, what?
Like what? I don't get to move or anything?
You guys watch as Thaddeus's form just emanates raw arcane energy. And the Flame Skull kind of goes, oh, fascinating! We've picked the perfect subject!
No, you didn't! And that's gonna be the end of his turn, I guess, since I can't move.
I mean, you're not grappled anymore, so you can move if you wish. But you will take an... Actually, you could risk an attack of opportunity, so...
It's better not being under lightning. I'm going for it.
Okay.
He's gonna yell like a Super Saiyan, and he's gonna run away. Nope.
You got it. That is going to be an 18 to hit you.
That hits.
Alright. The Flesh Golem is going to get a swing on you. I need another set of dice. 1 second. I have after yesterday because, you know.
I am so curious. I have never seen a sorcerer's shit go off.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm still up. I'm still up.
Oh, actually, sorry, 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down! I'm down! No, wait, hold on. Not yet! Not yet! Hold on, I just gotta check something.
You have your orcish thing. You have your orcish thing.
I do! I do! Relentless endurance!
Yeah. So
I survive at 1.
You sure do. You can move... I would say if you want to get off the tiles, you need to get right here.
Yes, certainly.
You need to move right here to avoid being on a tile.
He's just gonna scream like a Super Saiyan.
One more down.
One more.
Yeah, one more down. There you go.
He's gonna scream like a Super Saiyan. And he's gonna run away like a coward.
You got it.
You fucking chicken. I
am almost dead.
Alrighty.
Everything hurts. And that's the end of his turn.
Alright, Nyx, it is now your turn.
Okay. Can she see that Thaddeus is glowing beneath her?
He's like, yeah, he's got like eyes that are just glowing blue arcane. He's like, you ever see like when people get uber charged in TF2 and like turn like into kind of like a weird power body? Like he looks like that right now, but he's like rainbow colored.
I can still see through this. My question is, I have detect magic. What magic is he emanating?
Wild fucking magic.
Okay. Oh god damn it.
Okay, well I guess
as you manage to run away, the Flaming Skull goes, no! Get the blonde one! He's at least prettier!
That is debatable.
I love blondes!
Aww.
Aww.
They're perfect for devious experiments!
Oh. Okay, this got weird real quick.
Alrighty, Nyx, it is now your turn.
Okay, I guess Nyx is gonna jump off of Thaddeus, probably into the tiles, despite knowing what's gonna happen. There's not a lot she could do about that.
You got it.
Yeah, God, I don't... I'm like looking at my inventory. Is there anything that like that I can jump on? No.
You could hang on the rope. Maybe that would help.
Like, Omega Syntax, I guess we're rating with a party of 2. Also, like Tapuya, really, like, what magic is he emanating? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
God, okay. Okay, is it half my movement to jump down?
Yeah, it is. So it would go down to 15 for half yours because you have 25 movement, so.
Okay, I might have to de-stretch. Yeah, there.
Alright, are you intentionally
do I
landing
immediately...
there? You're gonna immediately take damage if you land there,
intentionally landing there. Yeah, I'm gonna half it, though, whatever I take.
You take 11 points of damage, half down into 5.
Okay. I jump down, so 5, 10. If I use my bonus action, Lex, will you let me climb up to you?
Go for it.
Nyx will take her movement, and then she'll run up and be like, Lex, I'm boring your shoulders now.
I like to imagine you're like running, and you're like, getting horribly electrocuted, and then you jump and you land on his shoulders.
Pretty much, yeah.
The guy who's covered in metal armor.
Yeah, whatever. Yep. It's a foothold. It's a foothold. And she's gonna take another shot at the lightning thing up top again.
You got it.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! All right. Oh god, I rolled a 14, so it's not incredibly severe, but it is still in the severe camp.
Wings off and lands on Lex's head.
You know what? I have a really funny idea. Roll 1d6 for me, Nyx.
Okay. 1.
Okay. You fire the skull and it bounces back and hits Lex in the forehead, like an instant ricochet. You take 1 point of damage, Lex, from that.
Sorry, I swear it never usually happens. I'll give you a band-aid later.
Alrighty, Nyx, does that end your turn?
Yeah, I use my action and my bonus action and my movement, so...
You got it. That brings us around to Lionel. It is now your turn as you're in your hidey hole.
Oh, shit's going down out there. I just stand up from my futon. I got my teeth. Okay. Crackling the bones. There we go. And I'm going to climb a little bit down, like immediately outside of the hole, just holding onto the rope.
You got it.
I go, Nyx, I need you to trust me. And I'm going to point at Nyx, and just think to myself, monkey. And I'm going to turn Nyx into a giant ape.
So she is level 7.
And the giant ape is a CR7.
You got it. I'll grab those stats. Not giant ape, giant ape.
Funny monkey.
Funny monkey.
You need the extra hit points, the extra damage.
Can you get the stat block for
yes.
Shay? Sweet.
Yep. I can get it from D&D Beyond.
Alright. And this creature, and I know it.
And I'm gonna use the rest
of it. You watch as Nyx transforms.
There it is.
Into a giant ape. At first she crushes Lex for a brief moment before growing above him and becoming huge.
Oh.
Monkey.
Do it next, do it! I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to climb back up.
You got it.
Whoa.
That's what I wanted to do with Thaddeus, but he ran away like a fucking coward into the hole.
I am almost dead.
Alrighty. It is now the enemy's turn. Top of the order, the Flesh Golem regains hit points. And he is going to attack you, Lex, with a slam attack. That is going to miss. That is an 11. He's going to swing again with his multi-attack. That is cocked. Reroll it. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
That'll do it.
Alright. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as he punches you square in the face. The skull is going to go, well, that's an interesting development. They are going to float over here. And they are going to line up a thunderbolt attack. Lightning bolt, specifically.
No!
Uh-oh.
Give me a second to find it, so I can roll it, because it's not here. I need Lex and Monkey Nyx to make a dexterity saving throw, so you're going to have to use the monkey stats, Shay.
Okay, so that's +2.
Alright.
Okay, 18.
That is a success. Lex, I need a dexterity saving throw as well.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're all good.
11.
That is a failure. Lex, you take 26 points of lightning damage.
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Nyx, you take half of that. You take 13 points of lightning damage. You do not have your rogue abilities to reduce that when you are a giant fucking monkey.
No evasion for the giant monkey.
no evasion, but instead you have 150 hit points.
As the skull cackles madly, the floor is no longer electrified.
Perfect.
That ends the enemy's turn. That brings us to Lex. It is now your turn.
So things are suffering. As the guy in front of me looking like he's feeling, wanting to take a bit of a breather after the hit so far? Or?
No, he looks great, in fact.
Great. Well, I want to keep doing what I'm doing, but first, I want a second win.
You got it.
And that's going to be 10 plus fighter level. So bloop bloop. So that plus 7.
Plus your con. Yeah. Nice. 13.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yes, the party leveled up to level 7 after completing Haleth's quest, so that's why they're level 7 on this level.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I'm just going to have to whap them.
You got it.
Whap.
That hits. That just hits.
9
slashing. Very nice. As you cut into him.
And for a second, that is a...
That's a 20. That hits.
Soft 20 and an 8.
8 points of damage. Very nice again. You carve into him, taking off chunks of flesh. But he is still standing.
And that will... Sorry, I'm going through stuff. That'll be the end of Lex's turn.
Alright. You do not electrocuted on your turn. Thaddeus, it is now your turn. You have 1 hit point and you are sizzling, and I need you to roll another D100 as another wild magic surge goes off.
Oh boy, here we go.
I remember what this one is now. Oh,
17.
Oh my god. You grow a beard of feathers.
Oh.
A beard of feathers.
Yeah, you have a beard of feathers now. All your hair turns to feathers.
Oh no!
All of it.
He is like, the thing is, like, he's in the middle of an adrenaline rush and just like breathing and panting so bad he doesn't even notice. Ooh, I'm gonna get that one. Oh, but first, a refreshing beverage. He's gonna like crack open a greater potion of healing, the only one he has left.
You got it.
How much do I heal back for that again? I'm just gonna check.
Healing potion is 2d4 plus 2.
No, but a greater healing potion.
Oh, greater healing potion. Let me look that up. Sorry, I got someone messaging me something because I actually did forget a mechanic for one of the creatures you're fighting, and I may have to adjust here because I may have made an oopsie.
No worries.
Potion of greater healing. Heals for 4d4 plus 4.
All right.
And that is a bonus
44?
action to drink a potion for my games.
Who's back sitting over there? Is that you,
All right.
Callum?
It is Shahala, but
it's gonna be 13.
she's being correct, though. That's the biggest thing.
Oh, no, yeah.
All right, he gets 13 back, so he's up to 14 now.
All right, you're good to go.
Now I just got to figure out what I want to do. I'm just gonna fucking read one little tiny little thing. One tiny little thing.
I'm gonna say this just to clarify: the flesh golem looks unharmed, basically. Even as Lex has slashed into it, it looks completely unharmed.
Did it look harmed from the fire damage earlier?
It did get harmed by the fire damage, yes, but...
Maybe the magical.
Yes, so sorry, that was my bad. That was a mistake, and I missed it on the stat sheet, so...
Gotcha.
I apologize.
Okay, my action economy seems like I can do this, so... Thaddeus is gonna step around the corner. He's gonna look the skull into the eye. And first off, he's going to use Bend Luck to give himself a little bit of a boost. So that's 2 sorcery points. And he's going to use his last sorcery point to empower a 4th level chaotic... hold on. A 4th level Chromatic Orb.
You got it.
Alright. He's gonna point at the skull.
Me!
Someone's going to hell tonight! He's gonna... And you...
Alright.
Oh, I don't even need it. I don't need bend luck. Alright, and that is gonna be... Oh, I keep doing it every time.
Make sure to click the one above, not the natural 21, just so we don't have to deal with
it. Yeah. Yeah, I wish.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I can still get to reroll some of the dice. Let me just check. I don't need to do... Hold on.
Yeah, you didn't roll any 1s or 2s, so you're good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna reroll that. So that is gonna be...
What damage is it?
Acid.
Acid damage? Okay.
Yep.
Just reading here.
He's just gonna point, and just a huge acid ball just comes out of his finger and just, like, snipes the skull.
Well, that's not good. Shit, she gets splashed and collides with the wall, and there's, like, a splat, and then it just melts the copper. And she is no more.
Oh, dead skull.
And he's gonna do a power cry. Ah! And that'll be the end of his turn.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading something. I took to read something for something.
Okay.
No worries.
Alrighty. That ends your turn.
Yep.
That brings us to the top of the turn order. Is going to be Nyx.
Nyx has confused monkey sounds. Woo, woo, woo. Monkey Nyx does not have any magical weapons, but Monkey Nyx can attempt to grapple Flesh Golem.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so that would be a strength
check. Competing strength check. Athletics, technically, but just flat strength. Ooh. Well, badly. 8 for me.
17.
17. You grab and hold onto the flesh golem. You technically should have had advantage because you are a size category larger, but you are now grappling with this giant golem.
Okay. I'm guessing that takes my whole action, just because...
Yes, it does. Grappling is an action, yeah.
Yeah,
but you can move if you want to with the golem if you wish.
I don't know if Lex would want me to move with the golem. I could attempt to move it.
You can do whatever you wish.
Okay, I'll attempt to move back here with the golem. Can I drag it back with me?
You sure can.
Hey, this way if anybody wants to fire off a big spell and not get Lex in it, you know, Monkey Nyx can take some damage.
Alright.
I don't know. That's helpful.
That ends Nyx's turn. Lionel, it is now your turn.
Climb a little bit outside of the door, the hole. Okay. I'm gonna look at the situation. Looking at my spells. Damn it. And I'm gonna shoot a second level magic missile at the golem.
You got it.
Incoming. 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Wow.
8. 11 points of damage to him as you strike. You shoot him and you hit him and it does damage, but he's tanky.
It's a big boy. We don't have any magical weapons, do we?
Nope.
Didn't we get a sword for Lex at some point? Was it silver? I think it was silver.
Doesn't seem to be having an effect.
Correct. Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna go up again in the hole.
You go up again. Alrighty. That brings us to the enemy's turn. The flesh golem is going to punch at you, Monkey, with its slam attack. It's going to make 2 slam attacks against you, Monkey.
Okay.
The first one is going to be an 11 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, second attack. And that's against the Monkey's AC. Correct?
Monkey AC is 12.
Oh, okay, cool. I think this one's gonna hit. That's a 26.
That one will definitely make the...
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage in your monkey form, so please write that off.
Yeah, I literally have a calculator app on my computer, and I'm using that.
It's a true DM experience right there. Alrighty, that ends the Flesh Golem's turn. That brings us around to... Lex, it is now your turn. At this point, you realize your weapons have no effect on this creature.
Lex sits down.
Okay, you sit down on the ground. Surprisingly, not electrified anymore.
Lex can't do anything.
I'm so sorry.
Lex just sucks on his thumb.
Didn't you pick up the silver sword? Like, would silver maybe do us something?
That's what he was using, and it wasn't working. So.
Maybe fire with a... Can you use a fire from a torch or something? I don't know.
He doesn't have to be creative.
Lex
we have
pulls out his
and
gun and should... Alright, Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
Thaddeus is like manic right now. He's got a wicked smile on his face. Oh, something acting like this isn't part of my... Ooh.
Oh, actually, starting your turn, Thaddeus. Roll a d100 for me.
Oh, here we go.
It's still going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
85.
5. Okay, that's kind of cool. You cast Mirror Image on yourself.
Oh.
Oh, he's got 4 of them now. He doesn't even notice it, though. You know, considering my disposition, I shouldn't be acting like this, but I'm feeling a little barbarous. You don't like fire, do you, you little freak?
He's very big, but that is correct. That is a correct assessment.
Oh, I'm feeling pretty big today. Third level chromatic orb.
You got it.
All right. Here we go. You. 18.
18, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And this is gonna be fire damage this time.
You got it.
23.
23 points of damage as you set this guy on fire. Give me a second, I gotta do weird math here.
I just gotta say, I love that you're running in with like a feather beard and like 4 clone. Yeah, and like,
he's got a super saiyan
like, what the fuck happened to him?
You blast the flesh golem and singe some of the hairs on your beloved giant ape Nyx as the golem like kind of wipes away the fire.
Oh, you really don't like that, don't you? Well, I don't like lightning. And he's gonna take another step forward. And
all right.
Can I roll intimidation as a bonus action?
I'm gonna say this thing can't be intimidated. It is not.
Okay, that's what I figured. That's what I figured, so that'll just be the end of his turn.
Alrighty. That brings us around to... Actually, hold on. No, you can intimidate. Go for it.
Sure.
Oh,
okay,
actually,
here we go.
You can't. Sorry, I just double checked. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I thought I was reading. I was reading a different card, and I was like, "Oh no! He's immune to being frightened, so you can't intimidate." I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of figured he's got no brain. He got.
Well, yes, but actually no.
Broken.
Sorry.
And that'll be another spin then. Yeah, that's cool.
Top of the turn order, Nyx. It is now your turn.
I guess Monkey Nyx will continue to grapple the flesh golem.
You got it. Go for it.
Okay, so...
Also, with you there and all you guys here, you now see some things, actually. I should review
Now, if you think about it, Nyx being under the effect of Polymorph, which is a magical spell, which is a magical effect, wouldn't that imply that the monkey hits are magical in nature?
No, they are not.
It is?
Okay.
When you do an attack, it has to say the attack counts as magical weapons.
I am trying to pull some bullshit.
The answer is no. Polymorph is already very strong. It doesn't need to be stronger. But Nyx, you are a monkey. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue to hold him, I guess.
You maintain the grapple. You got it.
Yeah, maintain this grapple on this guy.
All right, Lionel. Now your turn again.
Crawling down, looking at the thing, going, God, this is gonna take a while, and just Ray of Frosted.
You got it.
19.
That hits.
Not double one.
9
cold damage.
Hey,
nice.
that's pretty
You
good.
spray him in the face with frost. You watch as some of the flesh on his body turns black through frostbite.
Does he look bloodied? Like, are we close to 50%?
It's not bloodied. It doesn't really bleed, but it is singed very severely.
Yeah. When I don't know if I forget if we can manage this on this one. When I say bloodied, I mean 50% or less. Like when that we know.
No, it's based off health pool. It's not based off of how much health is remaining. So.
Gotcha.
He's not looking 100%, but he's still got some life in him. That's for sure.
Yep. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna go open the hole again.
All right, you go up in the hall again. Alrighty, it is now the enemy's turn, and he is going to swing twice at you, Nyx. First swing, natural 20.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
10 plus...
Don't worry, she's got funny monkey health.
20 points of bludgeoning damage on the first swing.
Nyx laughs in monkey.
Oh, actually, hold on. You took fire. It took fire damage, so it has disadvantage, actually. So disregard that roll entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Don't apply that damage. That is going to be a 16 to hit, though.
That will hit Monkey Nyx.
So you don't take a crit, but you're still going to take 10 points of damage. Second swing.
Okay.
With disadvantage. That's going to be an 11, which misses.
Woohoo!
Alrighty. That ends the Flesh Golem's turn. Lex, it is now your turn.
Yeah, I apologize for being distracted, by the way. A lot of stuff exploded, so I apologize.
Oh, okay. We can end after this fight if you want to. No worries. If you want to just, I mean, you can't really do damage to him with no magical weapons.
Just get my turn at this point, so I'm just...
got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that brings us around to Thaddeus. It is now your turn.
Do I still roll D100?
You do. Yeah, roll D100 for me.
Hold it. Here it comes. 4.
4. Okay. Your eyes are super glowing now.
Ah! I'm on fire! How about you? He's gonna do a second level chromatic orb.
You got it.
He's just fucking expending all of his
How many spell slots
right
do you have left? And yeah, is that your last?
After this, I have no more anything. Like, I only have 3 first level slots.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, 25 hits.
All right, here we go. Second level, and it's fire as always.
You got it. That is going to be 22 points of fire damage to him. So that's going to be... Alright, and as you hit him with the fire damage, and he begins to shout out, you watch as he... and begins to go berserk.
Oh, is someone getting a little angry? Well, my day has been worse than yours, so I'll get a little bit angry too. And that'll be the end of his turn. He's just maniacal right now.
Alright, so that brings top turn order. Nyx, it is now your turn as this golem is getting real mad.
Monkey Nyx is in the same camp as Lex, who's sitting on the ground. Monkey Nyx is just gonna keep holding on to this flesh golem and keep it in place.
Alrighty, Lionel, it is now your turn.
Scroll down, look at the fucking thing, still alive. Fire! Ray of Frost! Bam!
That hits.
14. 5 cold damage.
5 cold damage to him. He's starting to look rough.
Oh my god. Crawl back into the hole.
That ends Lionel's turn. It is now the Flesh Golem's turn. And he goes berserk on his turn.
Sir. Oh, that's a mechanic, actually.
It is a mechanic, yep.
Ooh.
Jesus, okay. Attacks the nearest creature or an object, okay. Okay. Alright. So he's just gonna swing towards you next. With a disadvantage. That is going to be 18 to hit.
That hits.
You take 15 points of bludgeoning damage. And he is going to swing again. Disadvantage. 12 to hit.
Matches.
Alright. That is going to be 16 points of additional bludgeoning damage.
No, I'm no longer in the triple digits.
Oh no! However, you survive.
Oh no!
Horrible.
This is so sad.
Oh no.
All right, that ends the enemy's turn. Lex, it is now your turn, but we're gonna skip you over. Thaddeus, it is now your turn.
You don't get to play D&D.
No, you said you were doing. You had to do something.
I'll move over here.
Lex has had a rough day today. He has not been able to do
he's been having a rough week.
I like to imagine there's just violence that's like you know, it's like kind of all foggy in the background, and Lex is just the camera zooming in on Lex sitting on the floor, and it's just like raindrops keep falling on my head.
He's just having a whole monologue back there in his head.
Alrighty, that brings us to Thaddeus. It is now your turn.
Alright, it's basically the same as last time, just more maniacal laughter. But this time he's going to use a first level slot, like Chromatic Orb, because that's all he has left.
Does he still need to do the roll?
You do need to roll though first before you do anything.
I do. That's true. It's true. I forgot. 59.
Oh. Okay. As you cast this, well, yeah, it doesn't matter because you regain your lowest level expended spell slot, so that would be a level 2, so you get back a level 2 spell slot. So if you want to recast that at level 2, you may, because you get it back with your Surge.
You know, I think I will. I'll just re-roll that again. Yep.
You got it, yeah. 14 hits.
Alright, here we go. And fire as always.
Fire as always, you got it. Ignoring the crit damage, that is going to be 16 points of damage.
Alright.
Do some math here, real fast. Alright, he's looking really rough now.
Alright, and that'll be the end of his turn.
You got it. That brings us around to the top of the turn order. Nyx, it is now your turn.
Grapple, continue.
You got it. Lionel, it is now your turn. Sorry, guys.
Well,
there's some mechanics here you're missing, and you guys are doing this the most like scuffed Skyrim like exploit like speedrun shit I've ever seen.
We got this,
this
poor guy in a fucking infinite.
Is there anything around the room that we see besides wall?
No, but there's more to it than that. Anyway, please continue.
Okay, then I'm just going to crawl down, look at Ray of Frost. 24.
It's just...
Alright, 3 cold damage.
3 cold, come on!
I don't know what you're talking about, Monty. This is the best possible way we could have done this fight.
Back in the hall.
There's one line right now that I'm gonna tell you later and be like, you guys, this. And you would have been like, oh.
This poor bastard's stuck in an infinite, so we can't use the mechanics.
It's like you're jumping on a Goomba over and over again to get fucking one-ups, and all it wants to do is die. Alright. That ends Lionel's turn. It is now the enemy's turn. Yeah. They don't go berserk, but they're still going to attack you next. First attack. With disadvantage. Okay. You avoid a crit, but that's still going to be a 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll do it.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Second swing with disadvantage is going to be a 14 to hit, which is going... Oh, Jesus. That's max damage. So that's going to be 20 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's an oofer right there. That ends the enemy's turn. Lex has raindrops falling on his head. Just keep falling. Thaddeus, it's now your turn.
Alright, the same move he was gonna do last turn. First level, Chromatic Orb. Here we go.
Does he still need to roll?
Yep, he does. Top of your turn, or you need to roll first.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting.
You're good. I forget too.
How long is this?
82.
82. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Alright, you have 2 actions this turn.
What the fuck?
Oh, do I?
Yep.
Could I theoretically cast 2 spells?
You cannot cast 2 numbered spells. You can cast a cantrip, though.
Oh, I can,
You can cast a spell and a cantrip, yep.
Alright, then I'll do Chromatic Orb first. Do you want me to reroll? Or do you want me to stick at the 10?
Reroll, please.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a big, chunky target, though. Yeah, that hits.
He's a big boy. That's going to be level 1 fire damage. 10.
You don't need to use your cantrip because you just bombard this guy with fire until eventually his face melts inwards and he collides to the ground, dead.
Oh, I'm tired. He's just gonna collapse to the ground and start snoring.
Oh, we're still going, because you're still a fucking conduit of raw power.
Oh, that is true.
Oh no, that's true!
Yeah. I need you to make one more roll for me as we reach the 6th round, assumedly.
You got it.
Just in case.
85.
85. You get another mirror image, so you're good. And with that...
there's just 8 of me now.
And with that, your surge ends, as I believe it's been about 6 turns. So
6 turns?
Yeah, because it lasts for a minute.
Damn.
So
oh, that's 10 turns.
Yeah,
oh
10
my
turns.
God.
Oh, is it 10 turns? Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 turns.
Oh no.
Yeah,
do you want me to roll roll them separately?
Actually, no,
or just,
we have
4
more rolls. We have 4 more rolls to do.
Oh, no.
My God, here we go.
Alright, first roll.
Do people want to stand near him while this is happening?
No, one at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
Okay, one at a time. One at a time. Gotcha.
Yeah, one at a time.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. 14.
14.
Okay. You're confused. Roll again.
All right. 53.
Okay. Roll 5d6 for me.
Oh my God! I'm just rolling a lot of dice tonight.
Yeah.
5d6. You got it.
Yeah.
15.
Okay, you can't be intoxicated for 15 days.
Hooray! But also, oh no!
Make sure to note that
Another
down as you're
D100.
traveling. Yeah, roll another.
You got it.
12. Roll a d10 for me.
So many dice tonight. Oh my God. 4.
4. You grow 4 inches.
What?
I am feeling bigger after all.
And last roll.
In one... Okay, here we go. 58.
Oh.
Okay, good to know. Excellent. All right, and thus ends combat.
Wait, what? What? What just happened?
What do you mean? Okay.
What does that mean?
Oh.
I'm glad that I contribute.
We couldn't have done it without you.
Monkey Nick's just kind of like, ooh, ooh.
You just see Thaddeus in a daze, and he's just like, ugh.
There's like 4
What
of you
planet
too
am I
as
on?
well.
Is he still confused?
You're confused for a moment. It goes away after a little while.
He is just the definition of exhausted. Oh, I like what I'm seeing, but I don't know why. What happened?
I was just sleeping in his door, like the room.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Everything okay?
I'm not sure. But
Makes
I think
yells
so.
and monkey sounds.
Giant monkey!
You wanna go back to normal next?
Monkey Nick's nods.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna drop the concentration.
You become small again.
Oh, Nix, there you are.
That was the weirdest experience of my entire life.
Yet? You mean of your entire life? Yet?
I've never been that big or that dumb before.
I've never been that angry before.
Now you know how it feels to be big tall.
Oh, I definitely felt more powerful. I've never felt that strong before.
Lionel gives you a thumbs up, but because he's like upside down, looks like he's doing the thumbs down.
He's just hanging like a possum.
Kind of.
With that amount of tallness, did you also feel the unbridled rage of not being able to go into a store and buy regular clothes or have to buy everything online?
I mean, I didn't think about it, but I guess, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I hate ordering from the dwarves at Craigslist.
Oh, they are just terrible.
So
I can fit into children clothes, so
I'm gonna vile strike your fucking organs.
And it's actually just a list that some guy named Craig puts on the village.
Just absolutely terrible quality, really.
Nyx is gonna walk over to this and investigate whatever the lightning skull was.
Yeah, the skull is made of metal, and as you kind of lift it, there's acid on it. You kind of have to smear the acid off. But it's like kind of in a sorry state of affairs, but it is there.
Nyx kind of like holds it up and like, add it to our skull collection? Question
I'll take
mark?
it. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, certainly.
Wait, what do I know about Flaming Skull 20?
Not much. That's
Not
a
much.
higher level one, so just you don't know anything. Yeah.
Yeah, we can add it. Only if we can sell it. I mean, it's metal.
It is metal. Yeah, it is like made out of I think copper actually. Hold on.
That would make sense given the theme so far.
Yeah, metal coated skull of a half elf.
Oh. Oh shit. I'm just going to go leave my hole completely and just a bit there. Whew. I feel exhausted. I'm not even hurt, but I have used so much of my arcane power.
I have used every single aspect I can use. Also, my throat hurts.
Sounds to me I'm gonna try to figure out how to grab cart and get it through here.
We'll do that thing when you're trying to move furniture where you try to like turn it sideways and tilt it, and you're like, okay, no, just turn it around this corner and then
turn.
I will say this: there's no way the cart is gonna fit through.
No problem.
Oh,
we need to find a way to modify the cart. I need to spend some money and time to make it so we can take the cart apart to make it through these areas and then put it back together in the end.
Yeah.
The only logical way that cart would get through here is if we take everything out of the cart, put it inside that room, take the cart, turn it, take off the wheels.
That's what I mean.
Sideways, drag it through there.
We have to modify it so we can do that at some point.
We'll just get a magic cart that, like, you know, can change size and yeah.
Perhaps a collapsible one would be more
door over here, guys.
Let's open the
another door.
We can open the door directly next to us just to see if there's anything connected to this room.
I mean, after dealing with that, what's the worst that could happen?
Nyx opens the door.
Okay. 1 second. As you open up the door, this room is filled with reasonably large barrels, actually. There's about 12 of them in this room.
What's the smell?
Again, weirdly, like, clinical, but, like, sketchy clinical.
Would explain what the skull was talking about.
The coppery ozone smell is coming from this space, definitely. And then this room is definitely, like, a clinical kind of smell to it. It's very strong.
It smells like blood.
Blood.
There's another door down the pathway below. It also curved up. Do we want to take a short break maybe and then like... Or do we want to like make the most of our magic eyes while we have them?
I prefer to make most use of for magic eyes. If we take a short rest, technically, some of us can recover, well, especially you and Lex, and... Oh no, Therius is like a 1 hit point, that's true.
Yeah, we could take a short rest.
No,
you took a potion.
He's got like 14 months, yeah.
Let's look for a safe place with the cart. Take a short rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
To the cart.
Alright, you guys go ahead and take a short rest. Go ahead and write off your... Roll your hit die.
Alright.
I was looking for my hit die. I'm like, I wasn't hurt.
You didn't get hit. Yeah, you're fine. But you have arcane recovery with a short
Yep.
rest, don't you? Yeah.
Yep. Let me click it just to see. Again.
Hold on.
Recovery.
Get a.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can have a combined level that is equal or to or less than half of your wizard level, rounded up, and none of the slots can be 6 level. So, 4 level or more.
Thaddeus, as you
Yes.
touch the cart, it catches fire immediately.
What?
What?
No!
No!
What are the prestidigitation?
I killed Daddy.
I use prestidigitation to get rid of the fire.
You
Immediately.
get rid of the fire immediately.
We throw Thaddeus off the cart.
No.
Double check it, but you got the one where you touch anything, you set it on fire essentially. Yeah, it's any
What
flammable
happened?
object you touch that isn't being worn or carried by another creature bursts into flames.
Yeah,
There's a char mark on the cart as you kind of lean up against it for a moment and touch it.
I have the power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
All right, everyone
Truly,
has
I've never
completed
been
their
this
short
happy.
rest.
Yep.
How are we looking,
Yep.
by the way?
Now that I had
Game
I look
time-wise.
fine.
I got 2 slots left, but I'm good
I mean,
on health.
players in game time wise. Are we
Yeah.
still good? Or...
I know
okay.
we're gonna end soon, but as you guys are currently like, how are you feeling? I'm feeling great. You guys all notice a shadow behind you as rising up from the back of your cart and reforming comes that skeleton as
Skeleton?
Trezia
What skeleton?
reforms with her rejuvenation ability
What
and
the
comes
shit?
back crackling.
What?
And she's like, finally, where the hell are we? And that's where we're gonna end the session for tonight.
Oh my god.
New undead companion? Question
Undead
mark?
companion?
Oh! Just replace the old one.
Oh god.
We'll put Halith's symbol on her like a collar, you know? Like
We
now
got-
you're
She
Your
doesn't have
house
a
now.
neck, you guys.
yeah.
We got this one on clearance.
And did she like crackle up again? Like is she floating again, or is she
Yeah,
just like
she's
laying?
floating. She's back with full hit points and all her shit back.
Oh shit!
But-
Oh
You know-
no.
But you know what? She's not above the copper panels.
Yep, that's true.
That's true.
So like, look at the bright side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right side.
Hey, she can talk. Maybe we can negotiate.
Good luck.
You know, I mentioned like I sort of remember something about the flaming skulls, but I wasn't sure.
That is an ability, like, the way I'm treating if you're Arcana check is if it's
Mhm.
something you would either hear about from somebody else or you would know
Correct.
yourself through experience, and that's one of those abilities where I'm like, no, you wouldn't know that shit. No one would
Yeah,
know that
correct.
shit except for people who knows this magic, essentially.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. She's back!
She's back.
She's back.
I just clicked onto chat, and the first comment I saw was, "So this is how the team dies." Like, thank you. That doesn't. We've survived it already. We could survive again.
Electric
Today's episode was
Boogaloo
Big D&D.
2! Oh my god. Can I just say this right now? I'm gonna say, fuck it, I'm gonna
Hmm.
say it on stream. If you left the room, the golem wouldn't have attacked you.
But we want to explore the room.
Yeah, we want freedom.
We want to kill.
We are gonna go through it one way or another, and he's on our way.
Oh my god, dude.
You know what? We had a giant gorilla Nyx. We needed to make use of giant gorilla Nyx. So
And
it
guess
was a
what?
punching bag.
I used my arcane recovery to get polymorph back.
Yeah, I went from like 157 hit points to 64, so I tanked a lot of damage from that guy.
We just Skyrim the shit out of that.
You literally took the skull and were like, let's take the skull and let's have a short rest. And I looked up, I had to quickly stealthily Google, how long is a long rest? 1 hour. How long does it take for the skull to return? 1 hour. And I just looked at the camera like I'm on The Office, just like, oh boy.
I honestly didn't expect to like just snipe it in one go. That's great.
Oh my god, you guys. That was literally some like exploit video game shit of you just holding the fucking skull and just killing them. And it says, it's just like, if the players leave the room, it doesn't pursue them, and it stays in the room. It just hangs out there. Its only purpose is to stay in that room, and I'm like...
How will we know?
You don't, and that's why I was like, there's one line that if you guys knew, you wouldn't have to do this.
Like, granted, I'm going to assume, like, even how the dungeon has been going, the game would expect us to run away. Given that most people, if they don't have magical items to attack it, they won't be able to do any damage to it.
Yeah, so you guys, again, you guys exploited the shit out of it, so...
Yeah, we just
literally did it infinite.
Yeah.
Then we wouldn't have an electric skull.
You know, I was always wondering... You know, just when I thought that I wasn't, like, activating my wild magic enough, you know, for shenanigans, I did it 10 times in a row, so... Yeah.
I was exciting. Waiting for you to explode or turn into a plant.
I was expecting that too.
So how tall is your character now with the extra 4 inches?
He was like 7 feet. Now he's gonna be like 7'4". All of his clothes don't fit. This is terrible.
Oh, it's awkward. You can just see a little bit of belly now.
Oh yeah, the pants.
He's got a crop top now.
Oh.
You have to cover it with your cape. You like wrap it around. You're like.
I do want to apologize to.
You could.
I do want to apologize to Soren. These enemies were not Lex friendly.
So just a heads up, Racky, with your rope trick, you got to remember that climbing speed is halved as well. So when you're climbing up and down, and you have to climb up 60 feet to get into.
Yeah, I was using 20 feet of movement basically.
Yeah, so you wouldn't have made it in and out of your... Oh yeah, you would have popped in and out. But initially, we should have had you do less movement, so you probably wouldn't have reached the actual entrance on the initial turn. Just for next time, just remind me of that, because yeah, it takes 60 feet of climbing to get inside.
I usually when I do that, it's been ingrained in my brain, but basically I hold the rope as it goes up. So that's basically me saying I'm going up with the rope. But I'm not sure. Yeah. That's how I always use it in the game. So I'm not sure how you go with it, because there's nothing in the rule that says I can hold to the rope as it goes up.
Yeah, because like when I'm reading, I'm just looking it up because again, this is one of those vaguely written spells, and I just want to confirm it. But people are saying like it has to go up 60 feet to be balanced. If not, then you can just like go up and in and out of it like a little rabbit hole, and there needs to be an initial turn where you have to get up into it to balance it. Essentially, is what I'm reading. So if you're cool with that, that's what we're gonna stick with. Is that when you summon it, you have to climb 60 feet to get inside.
So wait, what? It needs to be 60 feet obligatory?
It has to be 60 feet of rope to make your spot. Essentially, is what people are saying to do. So you have to do the 60 feet of rope.
Go look at that.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding, because it's vague, right? You touch a length of rope that is 60 feet long. One end of the rope then rises into the air until the whole rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. At the upper end of the rope, an invisible entrance opens to an extra-dimensional space. So right now, you guys were in a room that had 20 feet ceilings, which means you'd still have to climb 60 feet to get into the extra-dimensional space, essentially. So... Either the option is you can't do it unless you have 60 feet from the ground to the ceiling, which I think is fucking dumb. So the way I'm going to say is that you still have to climb 60 feet to get inside of the safety pocket, and vice versa, essentially just to balance it out. If not, that's going to be pretty busted. And I'm reading that a lot of people are like, you need to either have it be it doesn't work unless there's 60 feet of movement, or they still have to climb 60 feet to get inside as part of like a mounted style movement, essentially.
Good.
So if you're okay with compromising on that, I'm okay with that. If you're okay
at that point in this dungeon is going to be useless, so I'm gonna get rid of it.
Really? Okay. Because I'm still allowing you to do it. It just means one turn you're gonna have to climb up. Basically, you have a turn you have to climb essentially to get in. So there is like it's still your strategy still can work, but it just means you're gonna have one turn of being vulnerable that you're gonna have to use to get up and in. But that's basically it. I like the idea, I do, but yeah. All right.
No worries.
Other than that, yeah, that's the best way I can see it, and that seems to be the general consensus that I'm reading that people are saying. But it's one of those spells that suffers from a bad writing like thing where they don't give enough like, oh, does it have to be 60 feet of rope that goes perpendicular? Because it does say that, and part of me is just like, that makes me think that it has to be, but at the same time, I'm like, in Dungeon
at that point, it's going to be useless in a dungeon.
Yeah.
because in an underground environment, it's never gonna be 60 feet.
Well, you say that, you might be surprised. So have it in your spell book. You never know; it might be useful. But just as a heads up for that one.
No worries.
Yeah. I apologize, lads. I must take care of things.
Yeah, we'll head out. Thank you guys so much for coming to the game. This was a long one. We went for 3.5 hours, which I think is pretty good. You guys did a lot. You guys fought a lot of shit in this session today. Like, I was looking at the enemies and I was like, oh my god. Like, you fought like 4 fights, like 4 really crazy fights. And yeah, we'll get back to it next week, hopefully, barring any unfortunate circumstances. So let's raid somebody.
But who?
Let's see who is online right now.
Let's raid Critical Role.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Yeah, like they need
they're
it.
playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, Matt
need the extra help.
Got rent to pay. He's not gonna make it this week. We're gonna raid Shinigami Eater. We're gonna raid Coup Eater, I think. Shinigami Eater, which is actually appropriate because he's got a skeleton avatar.
Oh.
So I want our raid message to be skeletons are evil. That will be our raid message. Skeletons are evil.
Skeletons do be evil, though.
Skeletons are evil. That is your raid message, chatters.
Skeletons are morally gray.
No, they're not. They're evil. They tried to murder you. Alright. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.
Have a good night.
Bye.